This is specifically for the motherfuckers who came out here claiming to represent hip-hop, but really didn't do shit to preserve the value of the fucking art form, the way of life. Hip-hop is a way to live, man. It ain't no institutionalized religion or something. It's a way to live. It's a culture, dog. You know what I mean? You know, so if you ain't really got nothing beneficial to offer this hip-hop shit, preserve the value of the art form, the music, the way of living, don't even fuck with it. We don't need dead weight motherfuckers.
For having the house to myself, but well, with me and my dog, but
What type of dog is it?
Pitbull.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Blue nose?
Nah, he's like a. I actually think he's like a mixture of like a Staffordshire Terrier and a pit.
Yeah, you lost me at Staffordshire.
That's why I know Obi would be a good fucking guest. Because you know what? I don't know a lot of motherfuckers that ask inquisitive questions.
He does. He has very good questions.
He wants to know what kind of dog you have.
No, he has very good questions, though.
I just like to talk to people.
But that's
yes.
Always got the cheap gas.
They got cheap gas by McDonald's by us, too.
Yo.
I forgot what it's called. Like, Metro something.
You're talking about Metro USA.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yo, that's the only place I go to get gas around here.
Yeah, I got a nice little.
You're not gonna give it up
I'm not
though.
gonna disrespect it like that. only when I'm hurting. It's my last $20.
I'll tell you right now. Look, up the street from where we were working at, I never hit Lukoil. Lukoil's always hefty.
Which one? The red one?
The red one.
I like Delta.
I like Delta. Delta's always way cheaper.
Delta's stapled.
Yeah,
Delta.
They got an Indian guy over there speaks perfect Spanish, where he gets excited when he sees Spanish motherfuckers. So he pull up and he got the whole fucking all that right, amigo. I'd be like, ¿Qué pasa, brother? He'd be like, Buenos días, amigo. ¿Cuánto quieres?
He'd be happy as hell to speak Spanish.
Yeah. And then I'll say whatever. He'd be like, claro, amigo. Claro.
Oh, so he's Dominican.
No. But in his brain, he is.
That's what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. That's what
Yo,
that
that
motherfucker
shit's funny as hell, bro. He practiced that shit. So I asked him one time, where did you learn how to speak Spanish? He said, Patterson.
Oh, well.
I was like, yeah, he must have posted up with a gas station over there.
That was it.
Picked it up on the way along.
No bullshit. Shout out to the gas people, man.
Yo.
Them motherfuckers always.
They be holding everybody down, bro.
Christmas. All that. Them motherfuckers should celebrate no holidays. I feel bad.
Nah.
They be out there.
Till late.
Niggas need their gas.
Till late.
Yeah.
And you know what? You ever? All right. I don't know if you ever done this.
Think about it though. There's a lot of gas.
You ever ask somebody on the gas station about like how their life is going? They always got some deep shit to say.
Nah. I never did that.
Nah.
I've never.
I remember I pulled up. It was like
you had to had a bad day.
No. It wasn't a bad day, but like I was just on my dolo. I had to get gas. It must have been like 2, 3 in the morning. I wasn't going through nothing.
You were listening.
But the motherfucker looked lonely.
You were listening to Take Care album,
bro. He looked lonely. He honestly, I looked at him and I was like, yo, this guy looks like he's having a bad day, bro. So I lowered the window. He had wanted to give me my car back. I'm like, yo, so what's going on with you, bro? He had a Warriors hat on. It's like, yo, you like Steph Curry? This motherfucker told me about how he has a daughter that's this and that years old.
He was ready.
He's just trying to make this paper so he can get back to.
Yo,
he was waiting for somebody to be like, yo, how are you?
No.
You
for
got
sure.
to.
Shout out to you. That's tough.
Yeah.
But did you ask him Steph Curry because he's Indian? You could have chosen
No,
anybody
he
else.
wasn't Indian. On some shit, he wasn't Indian.
You could have chose Klay Thompson.
He ain't owned the gas station. He worked at the gas station. He could have been like Puerto Rican, maybe like something like that.
He was definitely.
He was just, one of those
thing you
like.
thought about was Curry. That's
Nah,
Curry.
You're stupid. Oh my god, yo, he's.
You like Steph Curry? I know you like Steph Curry.
You eat Steph Curry.
You can't do that though because that's like Steph Curry is kind of universal though.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know,
he's a complexion that appeals to all people.
No, he said Seth.
Steph.
No, he said Seth.
He said Seth.
Steph.
Nah, it's when Steph Curry was in the Warriors. That's how I know it. Nah.
What are you talking about? I was about to say, what the fuck are you talking about?
His brother Seth?
I know. What about him?
That's not what you said, right?
That's not what I said.
No, I'm just.
I mean, to be honest, that wasn't even the point. Like, he had some Warrior shit on.
No, I'm saying, but
so I was like, all right, cool.
All right.
Y'all funny, bro.
So
this is a very interesting experience.
are we rolling right now?
It is rolling. This is the second time rolling.
This is the second take right
because
now.
the first take was a little fast for some reason.
I have no idea because we never did an intro, so I don't know where we are in the show.
I mean, it never happened the first time because the music was messed up. So this time around, it should go properly. And then as soon as that comes on, I'll shut that off. The same way I've been doing.
Okay.
Yo, I'm playing chess. I'm playing chess. Everybody else playing checkers.
All right.
Because we can then, if not, right? If that's just not bumping, right? Then we're just gonna sit here in silence and be like, yeah.
I hear you. I mean, we're having
wonderful weather we're having.
I'm
telling you because you're inquisitive. Some people, I'm not gonna lie to you, and there's nothing wrong with nobody that's come on the show, but sometimes you talk to certain people, and they don't know how to fill in those gaps in between what is where, you know. Me and David are really good at that shit, and I know you are too. So I was like, we could have sat here in silence and had a full blown conversation, no problem. I can't say that for most people.
I appreciate that.
You're the GOAT, bro. Bro, and I'm gonna say it again once the theme music goes off.
Let me look up.
This was the guy. I need you to know something. This is the guy that I would go to for fantasy advice before I knew what time it was. Like when I first started fantasy, I would go to work and be pressed about like, yo, am I gonna? I never forget this. This is a true story. I don't know if you remember this. I don't know if you remember this at all, actually, because this is a different time in your life. Me and him were working at Walgreens, right? And I had two quarterbacks. It might have been like, let's see, two like decent quarterbacks. Like, let's say one was like Cam Newton, and the other one might have been like.
I remember that time.
Okay, hold up, wait.
Told me about that.
So the theme song you were so worried about, here it is.
There it is.
We're here to talk the justice that is what's going on in our fantasy league with none other than the smartest of the brains that we know. We're trying to figure out the operations. It's Cody's Corner.
There it is.
Shoot that. Come on, bro. Hello, everybody, and welcome officially to Cody's Corner. Cody's week-by-week hot takes on who's going to take the W in the sports you're worried about. Sat across from the one and only David.
What's going on?
And we got a guest tonight, man. This is as I most notably refer to him as, this is the OG, man. This is someone I've known probably since like 16 years old, right?
Give or take.
This is my guy. Football guru, athlete of all sorts, I could say.
I concur.
Pat your back.
I concur. That's dope.
The one and only. We got Obi in here today, man.
Do it up.
Happy to be here.
So,
before we start,
tell me.
I want to give y'all flowers. I love the show.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, doing great things.
That, man.
To the moon, man.
Thank you, bro. You know, thank you, bro.
You're
the first one to come on and say, you know what, this show is cool. So I appreciate
y'all
that.
motherfuckers deserve y'all flowers, man.
Thank you, man. Look, I think as far as flowers go, like, there's a lot of people along the way that could have helped me with fantasy stuff and were like, nah, I'm trying to catch this W over you. And I don't know if it was because we were never in a fantasy together until now. But yo, literally, like, anytime I had any question, I'm gonna continue with the story I was saying, actually, since I'm talking about it. I remember I had 2 QBs and I had like just a lot of depth and a lot of other spaces on my league. And this is very random, but Tyrod Taylor was on the Browns at one point in time, and I had 2 QBs already, and instead of starting either of my 2 QBs, I hit up Obi and was like, I need help. What am I going to do this week? And he said, drop this guy, pick up Tyrod Taylor, and start him. And in my head, I said, you make me drop another guy, and now I'm going to have 3 QBs in this league? And I don't even know. It was Tyrod Taylor when he wasn't a starter anymore, and he was playing for Cleveland, which had just come off of being a horrible team. And I said to myself, are you sure, bro? And he said, nah, do it. You know what? Tyrod Taylor put up 25 points for me week 1. So talk about someone. As soon as I heard that, I was like, this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Good shit, man. All right, good call.
I have Yahoo fantasy stats that I could brag about.
Oh, okay. I remember.
I'm gonna keep it in the.
How many chips you got under your belt?
Under my belt in fantasy, 13 years. I got 6 first place.
That's a 50% success rate, bro.
I'm 70%. I'm a diamond on Yahoo fantasy. No bullshit. I'll show you the stats. I gotta prove it now.
Look, man, if you wanna send me a screenshot, I'll definitely let the world know how much of an amazing player you are.
Well, Saquagos, we're definitely gonna get into all of that because
without a doubt,
some of these records and some of these players, man, some of these teams should be better.
Holy.
Some of these teams should be better.
It's getting a little hot in here, actually.
I'm just saying, some of these teams should be better than what their record.
Do you mean teams as in NFL or as in fantasy?
I'm talking about in fantasy-wise.
Okay. Not playing around, bro.
Yeah, it's a very good record.
11 teams, 8 trophies.
That's a very good record.
So 11 teams, 8 trophies. It seems like you know a lot about what's going on with what's going on, right? So I have a beautiful question I have to ask you, if you don't mind. How do you feel about the New York Giants right now? They just won their first game.
I got mixed feelings.
Tell me.
So, I feel like we could be 2-0. I mean, not 2-0, 2-1. We were horrific. Vikings are like the best team in the league right now. So
low key. Sammy D.
It's Vikings and Bills.
Stop playing.
That defense is nuts.
I know.
Yeah, and they're usually not known for their defense.
They always are okay.
Vikings have always had a pass rush.
They never look like this.
The purple people eaters.
Yeah. They never look like this though.
They had the two brothers on there.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
I've been upset with Debo or Dable, however people want to pronounce it.
Right.
Brian Dable.
Yeah, Brian Dable. Ozempic fucked him up.
I was about to say, is it because he lost some weight? Because he slimmed down a little bit? He forgot about that.
I mean, that's my coach.
We're not living in the era
got
of...
a side effect of jealousy. Doctor never told y'all niggas.
I got that one. Of course, it was a Drake line. Yo, who is this guy, bro?
No, it's all right.
No, but you know what? Like, it's not the era of, like, old, white, heavy coaches anymore, bro.
Nah, I mean, he did his thing. I actually went to training camp, like, a couple times. He looks great. So, shout out to whatever the fuck he's doing. It looks...
He said Ozempic.
But week 2, we went to Washington, and Gano came into the week questionable. He had got an injury on Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And we had a 52-man roster. I believe NFL is 53, and he decided not to pick up a kicker. Gano gets injured in pre-games. We lose the game off a field goal.
No, so if you had picked up a kicker or something like that, you could have
just pick up a backup kicker. Maybe Malik dropped the catch, but maybe we kick a field goal there. We go up 3. We go to overtime. We basically didn't hit no extra points.
Is that a coach decision?
That's a coach decision, in my opinion. Malik was amazing. I can't put the blame on him. I thought Daniel played pretty well.
He did. You know, that's the best I've seen him look. And I was nervous when the Browns scored in like the first 10 seconds of the game.
Yo, me too. When we fumbled off the gate, I said, "These motherfuckers suck, yo." I'm ready, like, man. So you just crack open the beer, like, okay, it's one of those.
It's gonna be a long day.
It's gonna be a long day, but I'm in awe in the downfall of Deshaun Watson. That's the craziest downfall I've ever seen in my life.
100%. Yeah, because he was top 5 at one point.
Yeah.
Active in the league.
He was top 5 in fantasy, easy too. By the way.
Yeah.
It's just he looks fucking horrendous.
You know, I think that there's a lot of off-field stuff going on with him. Obviously, with this extra case going on.
If I'm the Cleveland, pay that for a motherfucking massage. Get that motherfucker right. Let him do what he got to do to get in the right headspace and win you some fucking games. That's
different, bro. But look, aside from, since you were already talking about how you already feel it's gonna be a long night and all that, I didn't really get to talk about this with David because he wasn't here on the last episode, but the Jets, for the first time in a long time, won a game confidently enough that I didn't feel stressed the way I usually feel going into watching a Jets game, bro.
Yeah, I'm happy for you guys.
Listen, man, I think that especially since it was New England, and I talked about this a little in the last episode, right? But especially because it was New England, how they were whooping us like day in and day out on every corner. I feel like, I don't know, man, it was finally good to be in a game with the Pats and not feel on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I feel like that's a conversation that a lot of people don't even know the feeling of. You know what I mean? Like, because aside from what the Jets are right now, I feel like year in, year out, they were kind of just like this team that built a fan base that was built on, yo, can we please figure this out already? You know? And I'm glad that you're at least a little more confident watching this last game against Cleveland, because they're not supposed to have a beat-up defense either. They're supposed to be nice.
We're supposed to. Brian Burns finally played to his contract, so that was nice to see.
Yeah.
Dexter Lawrence, arguably, him and Chris Jones, top 2. defensive tackle.
I agree. 100% I agree. Dexter Lawrence is like that, bro.
It's about time they showed up. Interested to see how we play against the Cowboys because they've been whipping our ass for years. So.
Yeah. And you're going to that game as well, you said, right?
Yeah. I'm going to MetLife.
That's great. All right,
we absolutely suck when I'm in the stadium. So hammer the -4 points for the Cowboys.
Hilarious.
So I want to know this. So he went to the Jets-Pats game, right?
You're a Jets fan as well?
100%.
He is, right? And then you're a Giants fan. You're going to Giants-Cowboys, right? What do you think is a crazier rivalry between the two, Jets-Pats or Giants-Cowboys?
Right now, you know what? I have a really good coworker. He's a big-time Jets fan, and he told me what the Pats done to the Jets for majority of his career of his life, the Cowboys are now doing to the Giants, and I feel that pain. I'm not gonna lie to you. They've been kicking their ass.
I agree with that. However, I think
it's worse for us.
I think the Giants Cowboys is a more entertaining rivalry.
Oh, that's fair. I think that's fair.
Because of the fact that there's more parity in it. Giants have been good. Cowboys have been really good.
Yeah, for the Jets-Pats, it's kind of like very imbalanced.
It's very
in that
one-sided.
sense.
Yeah.
We've had our little spots here and there.
But that's why the Jets win feels that much sweeter
Exactly.
right now, though. Because, I know you saw it, and I said it last
But
episode.
I don't think sorry to cut you off, but I don't think anybody can. You don't understand it unless you are a Jets fan.
That's fair.
Unless you are an actual Jets fan who's been a Jets fan for a long time. It can't be Shorty who now is a Jets fan because you're a Jets fan because she's not going to get it. She's going to be like, oh, yeah, you won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not going to do anything. It can't be somebody that you talk to who's a 49ers fan who's had a history of winning. Like, it's not. Even the Giants fans who have 2 Super Bowls that are somewhat recent enough.
Giants win once a decade, bro.
You understand what I'm saying? So you do that, and you don't get what it's like to sit at that stadium, see the best quarterback ever to wear that jersey.
I think I'm biased. I love Aaron Rodgers. So.
Well, I think Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. But he is the best Jet quarterback as of right now.
He is the best Jet quarterback
that has ever worn a Jet uniform.
He is the best. He's the best player other than Revis to ever don the Jets uniform.
As of right now,
I'll say that.
Fair.
As of right now, and it is what it is. So, but also seeing that off of Perk.
Wow.
But also
be looking at that motherfucker like.
But also seeing like
my knee.
Like our different draft picks. Like certain draft picks, like being like successful and having talent.
Yeah.
Quentin Williams, Gary Wilson, Breece Hall, Braylon Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like it, and then seeing the Patriots be absolute dog shit, just straight dog water. Yo, I promise you, that shit felt good as fuck, bro.
That was the first time this season they've looked complete dog water.
That
credit to them a little bit. They're playing alright.
Even when they had Mac Jones,
they have been playing alright, and that's what I was telling him beforehand. I was like, they supposed to have a top 10 rushing defense. Like they were playing okay.
They're running the hell out of the ball,
which is why I went into the game.
They were
scared.
fucking Breece up though. Braylon Allen was rushing better. They were fucking Breece up. They made sure they.
But Braylon Allen was hard to fucking take down, bro.
For sure.
That should be their focus. I mean, as far as teams go, if I went into that game against the Jets, I was gonna always have assumed that Breece Hall is focus number one in the running game. So if I see Braylon Allen, I'm like, all right, it's Braylon Allen, and they shit on him.
Yeah, especially
Braylon Allen can start for like 29 other teams.
I believe so. Yeah.
To be honest, I wouldn't mind if he split.
You can look at the wall right there and. You know,
29 is kind of wild.
29 is a little bit, but
29 is kind of a stretch. Yeah, now that I think about it.
Let's do 15, at least 15 other teams.
We'll say. I think.
Could I ask?
10-ish.
All right, so I want to ask him. I usually ask guests this, and I don't know if you've seen this before. So if you look behind you, you see a bunch of flags of every NFL team. There's 3 teams that aren't on there. Could you name?
Here we go.
Could you name at least 2 of the teams that aren't on there? He probably could. I told you, inquisitive.
Oof.
There's 3 teams.
Damn. I'm in a spot.
No, I like.
It's hard to do when you're like looking at a book. Try.
I like. Yeah, but when you're looking at it, it's the best because now people are also like, oh my god. You feel me? So
the Pats aren't on it, right?
Patriots are not on there. That's one.
That's off the rivalry. I'm assuming.
You know, I'm gonna let you check. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna go check because I have them over here.
go.
Just remember really quick. All right. Come back real quick.
Broncos aren't on here.
Broncos are not on there. Correct. You got one more.
One more? I thought it was 4.
There's 3.
There's
3. Let's see if you figure it out. You got 2 of them already. A lot faster than most people, might I add. Even David was like,
I'm trying to go through the divisions in my head. That's the reason.
Good way to do
it. I might be tripping, but the Rams.
Yeah, it's the Rams.
There you go.
All right, yo, the first one to get all of them. I've showed like at least 5 people that wall, and they go, I give up. Mm-hmm. There you go, bro. Look, I brought the right guy here today. Can we talk that?
It's a fun little game. Ease the nerves.
Yeah, right. It's a little icebreaker. You slow yourself down a little bit. You know what's going on, and you know what? We're easy around here, bro. Feel me? So, as we talk about easy, because this is the easy part of the show. I'm just going to get into a little recap of how last week went as far as NFL goes. And we asked 3 questions just based on what you felt about last week as much as you can remember.
Wait, before we get into that, I got to ask.
Please, sir.
As Jets fans.
Yeah. A question for us.
Week 3, right? You're obviously excited. You finally beat up on a team, right? They've been playing above their initial rankings, so we'll give respect to all Pats, but how excited are you moving forward? Because not because you're Jets, I think you guys looked absolutely terrible first 2 weeks.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
And
you mind if I'm gonna let you finish your question?
If you talk to Jets fans now, they're extremely hyped, as they should be. Aaron looks like Aaron, but that defense don't look like that defense, in my opinion. Like, I feel like you went in with a good game plan. You knew Pat's offensive line sucked. You blitzed them tremendously.
Coaching decisions have been horrid.
Coaching decisions always been horrid. I think Salah's terrible.
I think Salah's terrible too. You mind if I take this first real quick and you could, do what you gotta do? Listen, this is how I feel about the Jets organization right now, man. I think that nobody should have a level of excitement or fear at week 3 in NFL in general. I think the first week that you can get a proper sense of where your team is going, week 7. Week 6, week 7, you get there. If you have more than 2 or 3 losses by then, you could paint a little picture. If you have 4 to 7 losses, fair. You could paint a picture by then, right?
But do you judge it off of a strength of schedule, or you just judge it off of eye test?
Strength of schedule is a variable, but I think the biggest factor you should take in is what does the chemistry look like on your team? And it's funny enough, I wouldn't even say it. My dad had said it upstairs. It's funny, but I don't think the Jets are chemistry-wise all the way there yet. I think Aaron Rodgers is just intelligent enough and veteran enough of a quarterback to pull the Jets through the skill that they have, but I don't believe in Robert Saleh. I think we'll have a positive record, and we're going to touch the playoffs. But unless they get in line with the coaching decisions and, frankly, the chemistry Garrett Wilson has with Aaron Rodgers is going to be a make or break for what happens with us moving forward.
Okay.
And I pass the torch to you really quick, my friend.
The real Jets fan. No.
I don't know what excitement is being a Jets fan.
That's super
That's the
fair.
realest answer anybody gave me.
So,
no offense.
That's all good. Yeah.
So with that being said, am I happy that we have a winning record? In my mind, too, as I was getting ready to come here, I'm like, I was trying to think. I'm like, when's the last time the Jets had a winning record?
Going into week 3?
2 years ago. Last year, no? Not last year. 2 years ago.
The Breece Hall's rookie year, we went 4-0.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt.
Right, and then he got hurt.
And then that was when everything crumbled.
Those are grounded out games, though.
Let me rephrase that. It was more like, when's the last time we've had a winning record and we actually thought, because I never thought that anything with Zach Wilson was going to happen.
Fair.
Like,
you didn't have any faith in him off the rip?
In Zach?
Yeah.
Yeah, off the rip.
Yeah.
But that lasted how long for anybody watching? You know what I mean? So it's like, it was one of those things. So I'm trying to like, cause I don't even know how to explain it because it's such a.
This is such like
David. It's such a like
You've been hurt. You've been hurt before. That's what I hear.
It's not just having a winning record, because we've had that, right? We've had that with Brees Hall, whatever the case may be. It's having hope.
Right. That's nice.
That feels for real.
No, that's real.
For real though, that feels different. And yes, our
sense
defense
of pride.
And yes, our defense isn't as good as we would like it to be.
We have a lot of injuries also.
We also have a lot of injuries. So, and our defense worked best when we were able to sub people out and out. You know what I mean? We had that 7-man
depth.
You know what I mean? So that helped us out a lot. Fresh legs, this and that. So we don't have that now. We don't
Huff
have
was
that.
Amazing for you.
Exactly. We don't have that same depth now because of Hassan Reddick, who has to be losing millions of dollars.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Pay him.
He's out of there.
You have to pay him though.
And we should, but there's a lot of rumor that like he's just out of there, bro.
That's ridiculous. Go at this point.
I would rather him go and we fill a spot with someone who wants a lot less.
I'm not too in tune with your team. Who else is injured besides Jermaine Johnson?
C.J. Mosley.
Yeah, but he played week 1, and they both looked ass.
I'm not saying that's the exact reason why the defense hasn't been successful, because you're looking for reasons right now.
No, I'm just saying.
I think the reasoning
you're giving me excuses.
I'm not giving you excuses. I'm giving you what's on paper.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Show you what it is.
Okay.
I mean,
that's what it is on
paper.
When you don't have the depth that you used to have,
depth is huge.
1 or 2 injuries means a lot.
I'll tell you something though, and I'm gonna let the people know right now.
Especially when it's at your strongest defensive area, which is your defensive line.
Right.
So if I had 4 defensive linemen that I could sub in and out, and now I've only got 2, and 3 of them are hurt, the fuck do you want me to do?
And one's gone.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying?
No,
so what do you want me to do? So I have to bring up injuries.
Even the secondary doesn't look good.
Well, the secondary was based off of your secondary is as good as your defensive line is. Because if I'm rushing that's what makes your secondary as good. Obviously, you need lockdown corners, but every team plays fucking zone. Okay. So what are you doing? You're trying to get to the quarterback. So having a defensive line that pressures the quarterback, that you can put in different schemes and this and that helps your secondary, does it not?
Yeah, it does.
Can I bring this up?
Less time.
Huh?
Less time.
That's what I mean. All that shit helps. If I can't get to the quarterback and I've got all day to throw, or run whatever other scheme, play option or whatever. But I'm just saying. So, with that being said, all of these other different variables, Robert Saleh, whatever.
I think Robert Saleh will be our demise.
It's hard for me to be excited.
That guy's a cheerleader, bro.
Yet, I do know that I have one of the best quarterbacks that I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
So, I've seen him make a wide receiver that they drafted in what, the 7th round? Devontae Adams was drafted in.
I think he was drafted in the 2nd. I think Devontae was the 2nd round.
Yeah, he was a high prospect.
Was he?
Yeah, I think you're talking about like Jordy.
There you go.
Jordy must have been like a 5th or something, but I know Devontae was the 2nd. I think.
So with that being said,
inquisitive.
I love
Devontae Adams.
So I saw this thing.
He's not doing shit. He's not doing shit about fucking fantasy though. But with that being said,
he was balling for first 2 weeks. Don't do that. He dropped you 20 piece, little 20 piece. Don't act like you're not.
Don't go up against Carolina. Give me 8.
You're undefeated. Shut the hell up.
Nah, they all got cooked. The defense gave me -4.
Anyway, I saw this before.
Wait.
Oh, now my phone's ringing. What's going on?
Wait.
Someone else from the fantasy calling me. Actually.
Is it really?
It is.
So what I'm trying to say is that I've seen Aaron Rodgers be good enough to make everybody else better.
Yeah.
So with that being said, yes, that gives me hope.
And
hope is something that I haven't had for my team in a long time.
Yeah.
I like that.
My love for Aaron Rodgers has me rooting for y'all. I love Aaron Rodgers. Like,
me too, bro.
I got him. I think he's the most talented quarterback I've ever seen play.
Me too.
Patrick Mahomes is slowly creeping up, but he looks ass.
We got a cutout of his head behind you right now.
Yeah, I seen it. I'm not gonna glaze.
It
that
creeped
much,
you out a little bit, made you a little nervous.
I said, I know you got that last year, so you've been hurt.
You gotta touch him for good luck now. You shouldn't have said.
Yeah,
that.
nah,
it always falls. There you go.
I'm a Jets. We'll say ally for now. I just been disappointed because I came into the season like everybody excited for Garrett. Garrett has disappointed me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He's still got 100 receiving yards though in a season. He's still doing his
3 games. He should have 200.
Listen, Garrett Wilson has definitely disappointed me, but I also think that
it's not his fault.
Why is it not his fault?
It's Zach Wilson, bro.
First of all, okay, let's go to this. Week 1, how do you not get 2 feet down on that out route?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
On the third down, how do you not get that was.
He had a lot of grass space
routine.
for that too.
I could fucking get 2 feet down, and I'm not nearly as talented as him. Not even fucking close. I can't even hold his fucking jockstrap. You can get 2 feet down. Anybody? Is there
a thing as? How do I put this? It's almost like
put it how you need.
All right.
To.
So Garrett Wilson we all know is a talented. This is my opinion, obviously. We all know he's a talented wide receiver.
For sure.
Right? That's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So with that being said, he was still able to get what was it, like 1,200 yards with Zach Wilson?
Oh no, that's why I thought this year was gonna be different.
Well, no, but this is what I say. This is what I'm trying to say. I feel like Garrett had to use all of his talent.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? To get those yards, to get that 1,200. And with Aaron Rodgers, it's almost like, cause you see some of the shit that he throws, I'm like, yo, this motherfucker makes it easy.
Yeah.
Know? And I don't know if that can kind of like mess you up. You know what I mean? Because think of somebody like Alan Lazard who thrives with but he's nowhere near Garrett Wilson.
No.
But that's what I'm saying, though. I feel like you have to have experience,
and also they need to start clicking too.
Yeah,
which I don't think.
They're off.
Which I don't think they've done
off.
yet. I don't think they've. You know what I mean?
But that's been the problem. Like even last year with Alan Lazard, and like this will be the last thing we probably get into with the Jets before we go down this line. Mm-hmm. But even with Alan Lazard, everybody thought he was washed last year. It's not that he's washed.
He looked washed.
No.
It's not. That's not because of him though. That's because,
it's not because of him.
Who's throwing him the ball? And at the end of the day, like if you don't have that experience in grass time in the regular season, someone throwing you the ball, you could tell week 1, Aaron was putting it where people were catching it. They weren't used to catching the ball in the game.
So that's what I'm trying to say. So when you're a receiver and you know what I mean, like
in the motions,
like trying to get because his route tree is nuts.
It's nuts.
You know what I'm saying?
He's smooth too.
It's shit.
I don't like the sleeves. He looked like a little giant player.
Yeah. He looks like a little rascal.
He looks like a little rascal for sure. But my thing is, look, I came actually in our draft. I was in between taking Saquon or Garrett, and for the love of God, thank God I took Saquon.
Yeah, well,
Saquon's been going stupid.
But he's just disappointed me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Garrett Wilson has disappointed me tremendously. I think the secret weapon for the Jets is going to be when Mike Will gets fully healthy.
Yes.
I think he's the secret weapon. I think he actually might finish better than Garrett.
He might have more touchdowns because he's just a big target.
I see that.
Contested catches is better. Aaron don't give a fuck who you are. Aaron's at that age where if you open, you're open.
Well, no, I love that.
He doesn't have favorites anymore.
That's something that I did see because it wasn't like I'm just gonna force the ball to Garrett.
Right,
no, I'm gonna throw to Alan Lazard.
Alan Lazard's like that guy.
Conklin
got almost 100 receiving yards last week.
97, I believe it was. 93.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like.
Listen, and you know what? It's no mystery that Aaron likes tight ends.
If we're fucking winning, throw to whoever you want to throw, bro.
I'm just trying to catch a W. What am I gonna?
No, for sure.
Listen, and I know that even though like we talk about all this, talk about sports, all that, I'm not a heavy betting guy, so I'm not gonna be like, yo, please throw it to this guy. I'm worried about my team catching a W. So whatever gets me points.
I mean, it's great to win a bet too.
I don't bet.
It is great to
bet on the Giants. I mean, I don't bet on the Giants.
You can't be a fan.
No.
You can't be a fan.
I'm like,
you can't be a fan if you bet?
You can't. You could, but you can't be a fan when you're considering who to bet on and who not to bet on. You got to be.
Oh, that's fair.
Statistically proven.
Well, of course, every time I make a bet, whether it's on my team or not, I'm using numbers.
All I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. But there is some people that like, Aaron Rodgers, the Jets are nice. Give me the money line every time, and it's not gonna do anything for you. You feel me? Like, I feel like there is winning organizations that, maybe if you bet on them more often than not, they might give you what you're looking for as far as money in your pocket. But for most people on the planet, that's not the case.
Yeah, I'm looking at
especially the Jets, especially the Giants.
I'm looking at Bijan Mustard at the King of the Corner standings.
Okay.
At 3-0.
Well, we're gonna cross that bridge when we get there, since you want to feel so bold right now.
Nah, it's not bold.
I got 3 questions.
No, talk your shit, King.
Listen, I get it. Look.
Nah.
I'm not on that page, actually. I can't read it right now. I'm on that tab right now.
You gotta scroll down.
Really?
Look. I have the waiver order right here. So quad goes at 2 in the waiver order.
Figure it out. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
You don't have to listen,
bro.
This ain't my first fantasy, and it ain't gonna be my last.
Right, all right. You want to look? Look at him.
Bro, you're 0-3. Shut up.
We're not there yet. Okay, so I got 3 questions.
I'm trying to be humble, and you're making me like relax.
Who's humble? You pulled out that you were undefeated.
I will say, luckiest 3-0 I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, no. But
sometimes
luck is nice.
The people. Let's get there.
Sometimes you need luck is next because thank God because Michael Pittman is fucking nowhere for me. But let's continue.
You can give him to me and I'll take him somewhere. Trust me on that.
No. I mean,
so
I'm not letting him.
Sometimes luck is actually in my other.
I'm looking for a rebuild.
In my other league, I had the worst thing happen to me. I had Zach Moss. He scored at the end of the game, which I didn't want because I lost by 0.14.
Dang.
And that's another thing too, because there was Najee Harris for me hasn't done shit. I mean, last game he had a decent game in points.
Shit, I'm about to drop Jalen
Warren.
But
I picked up Zach Moss. You wanted him.
I wanted him bad as hell.
And it's been a fucking godsend right now in the fucking.
You want to hear this? This is the craziest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Right now in this fantasy that we're talking about, since we're gonna get into fantasy, I have Sam Laporta, who's a bum right now. Got carted off the field last game. He came back, but he got carted. Right, it's not a good look for nobody. In my other league, who I got on tight end, Mark Andrews.
I mean, all tight ends have been.
I feel like throwing. No,
it's been the worst
Who's got Conklin?
This is the weirdest tight end market I've ever seen in all my experience of fantasy. But before we get into any fantasy, please, I got 3 questions for the 2 of you. I want to see what you guys think. So, question number 1: if we're looking at, and I'll put a picture up, 1, 2, 3, on the screen. What team from last week needs some milk, bro? Someone that just needs some help. Someone that looks like, yo, they need to figure something out or they're going to crumble.
With respect to yours?
Yeah, whoever.
I'm not going to say yours because that's like the obvious choice.
Say what's on your heart, bro.
Do me a solid.
Talk to me.
Put this Wi-Fi in.
I got you, bro. You want to look at this really quick? Does that help you? Look, we're past that. Look, you can take a look at it.
That's,
you feel me?
You talking about that's the NFL standings. It's not fantasy.
I'm talking about NFL right now.
Oh, you're talking about NFL.
Which NFL and in NFL right now, what teams do you feel like need some milk as far as?
That's Tennessee, but Tennessee's Tennessee look like the best 0-3 team.
I enjoy watching Tennessee play. I gotta tell you, right?
They're fun to watch. They're fun to watch.
Come on, bro.
I think if I'm Las Vegas losing to Carolina, anybody losing to Carolina, I'll be nervous.
100%.
Losing to Carolina is bad.
But you know what though, and like, you know what? Go ahead. Who do you think needs some milk this week?
The Browns.
Because they lost to the Giants.
Because of a lot of things, not just because they lost to the Giants,
100%.
but
I think they lost Teller too, right? Wyatt Teller.
Yeah. So I'm just like I'm looking at them and. You know, their calling card's supposed to be their defense. That's supposed to be like their saving grace. And
the Giants supposed to be one of the worst offenses of football.
No, you don't have to no offense. It's facts.
You know, even though it's looking like they may have a top 10 defense though.
Who, Giants?
Giants, yeah.
Like you pointed out, defensive line. Defensive line makes everything look good. I'm a big fan of Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah.
So, Brian Burns needs to step it up. I need to see more.
Yeah. You know what though, and I'll say this: I feel like even though y'all are nice on your D line, there's not a lot of depth there though. If one of them goes down,
Ojulari's actually nice. If you look up when he plays, he gets a lot of sacks. He probably had the higher sack rate than Kayvon Thibodeau.
Oh shit, nice.
Oh really? So why don't you don't think he?
I'm playing Brian Burns over him and Kayvon over him.
Yeah. They're
you
both.
Don't pay
They're
somebody
both
28.
nice.
Use a first round.
That's the problem, bro. And you know what?
I like Ojulari, but Ojulari. I actually got a signed rookie card him, but that's not gonna be worth nothing.
Yeah.
But back to the topic, he just can't stay on the field, man. He's injured a lot. He's injured every single year. That's like the dude that went to Atlanta. Now he's okay. Lorenzo Carter.
Yeah.
He was solid when he played, but he don't play a lot.
All right, so I'm gonna try and hit you with a team I think needs some milk. I don't know if I forgot which one I said this before, but I'm just gonna play it on the fly. The Buccaneers lost to the Broncos this week.
Oh, let me get into that real quick. I'm sorry.
No,
go ahead.
Oh my God!
I wanted to tell.
Boy has something to say.
I wanted to tell Cody this. We'll say Dakota.
Right.
So me and my wife, because she's not as interested into football, but to get her interested and make my Sunday a lot easier,
Right.
we do a pick'em / Survivor.
Okay.
So every week
Just you and her.
Oh, just me and her. Loser of the Survivor has to pay for a weekend getaway. Loser of the pick'em pays for a dinner. We do that for the year.
Oh boy, systematic.
It makes it easier for
Yo,
us, you know. It
like
makes my
that.
Sunday easy. She enjoys football,
I like that.
so
Might have to. Hold up.
look, man, you gotta get them
Hold
involved.
up.
You gotta get them involved.
I like
man.
that one.
I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
Hold up. Hold up.
All right. So
I like
continue,
that
so-
one.
So the reason the Bucks lost is my fault.
'cause
I'm-
you had him in
you
the
picked them.
Survivor.
No, I could tell you the 3 teams that I picked for Survivor and the meltdowns that they have been terrible. Week 1, I picked the Bengals.
Damn.
They lost to the Pats. Week 2, I picked the Ravens.
Oh my.
They're up 13
Yeah.
in the 4th and complete meltdown. Week 3, I picked the Bucks. It's my fault.
Damn. But you know what? No one thought that the Broncos were gonna do what the Broncos did in Week 3.
Yeah, bless you.
Apologies.
God bless you. But
It's my fault. It's me.
I don't know, man. And look, are you just bad luck, man? You
I
said
might
this
be.
is what's going on with the sports.
You know what?
Anytime
You know
pull
what?
up to the Giants
For that, I'm picking the Cowboys. Cowboys this week.
money line.
Money line.
That's funny. I don't know, man. I feel like even though I feel like anybody in the right mind would have took the Bucks into that game, though.
I was in between the Bucks and I probably would have lost anyways. I think I was in between the Bucks and the Raiders, or the Bucks and Steelers. Steelers ended up winning, so.
Yeah, the Steelers are 3-0, and Mike
Sneaky.
Tomlin. Mike
Sneaky.
Tomlin still is not
Steelers-
confident in calling him the
Yeah.
official starter for Week 4.
Steelers is top 3, one of the most boring teams this season, but they're winning.
They're
so.
always one of the most boring teams, though, bro.
Yeah, they are.
The last time that the Steelers were really exciting was Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell
Yeah,
Steelers.
yeah.
I'm almost positive. I missed a phone call from my cousin, and I'm almost positive he called me about them bum ass Steelers.
I mean, to be honest, that's how it is, though. I mean, I saw this meme, I remember, like a couple months ago, and they were like, oh, be ready for the Steelers, because last year they were 9-8, and this year they might still be 9-8. You know what I mean? Because, like, it's consistency because they're never negative, but they're never, like, really over the hump like that either.
Tomlin needs his flowers. He's amazing.
You know, he's top 5 coach in the NFL right now.
He had this quote, and he was like, he said something with like he said something about like players or some shit like that, right? Like why do some coaches give up on players? And he were like, it's not the players, it's the coach. He said, damn, I wish I couldn't even find it if I wanted to. Well, I probably could like on TikTok or some shit, because I'm pretty sure that's where I saw it. But anyway, so he said something like, coaches are afraid to coach. He's like, I love to coach.
Right.
He's like, I actually enjoy coaching. Like I love seeing somebody who's a project or something like that. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing.
You gotta help them. You gotta
You know
build
what I mean?
them
Like
into whatever
I
they
love
need.
to coach. So I think that's probably the difference. Like a lot of these guys will probably run through a wall
For him,
for Mike Tomlin.
That's what I thought was going to be the deciding factor for the Raiders, but they fucking suck.
They do.
with Antonio Pierce, right?
Yeah, 'cause I thought that they would run through a wall for him, but
Well, they've also still have some talent now, but there's no way that because Mike Tomlin is still like a good coach. Though.
oh, for sure.
It's not like he's just like a player's coach and enjoys coach. He's also knows the X's and O's and knows, you know what I mean? He knows how to run an organization. He
You
knows
can't
who to
say that
draft,
about
like-
Robert Saleh.
No, you can't.
I
can't.
think you guys go for let's say worst case scenario, the season's a wash. Even though I think you guys make the playoffs, I still think the Buffalo Bills probably win the division.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not wrong.
But-
I'm not mad at that.
We'll see.
You should go after Mike Vrabel. I think Mike Vrabel would be great for y'all.
Like
That would be honestly
Titans, Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, he's on the Browns
Patriots,
now.
Mike Vrabel. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not even thinking Titans.
Titans Mike Vrabel was amazing too. Don't disrespect.
He took Ryan Tannehill to the playoffs. Did he?
Yeah, but
I remember
He
that.
did.
I mean, hey,
Twice. He
Come
might have
on,
took him
bro.
like 3
Yo.
times actually.
Come on, man.
listen, I do not question Vrabel's, coaching ability.
I feel like
at all.
Salah just listens to the media too much.
But the problem with is Aaron gonna let Vrabel coach him?
He's running. Aaron Rodgers is running that team like an NBA league.
I think that you don't got to coach Aaron.
I don't think you have to coach Aaron either, but I think that Aaron needs to be okay with letting the coach be the coach.
Aaron's running
for the other players.
For sure, but it's
because if
decisions.
I'm on the outside looking at Aaron Rodgers,
yeah.
if I'm on the outside, I'm not in that locker room. Now I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Right? But for me, it looks like Aaron Rodgers kind of pretty much does what he wants to.
I agree.
So if
He's
I'm
calling audibles every third and long.
So, and you know what I mean? So if I'm a player, who am I more inclined to listen to now? Am I going to listen to the coach or am I going to listen to Aaron Rodgers? If Aaron Rodgers wants me to run this route or if he wants, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm doing whatever Aaron says.
I wouldn't listen to Salah. He's a defensive mindset coach. I wouldn't even.
That's what I'm saying. Obviously, it's to a certain extent. I'm not saying that they're like when coach is blowing the whistle, they're not like, fuck out of here, coach. Aaron, can I get off the field? No, they're not doing that. You know what I mean? But
Am I coming off, Aaron?
But I'm saying that that's like their lead. But the coach needs to be a coach.
Yeah.
So, and Mike Vrabel seems like that type of coach, right? Who demands a certain amount of respect in that locker room from all of his players, no matter who they are.
I mean, not for nothing.
Is that going to bode well? Because, look, we even went out and our fucking offensive coordinator is fucking Aaron Rodgers' best man. Yeah. I don't know. I'm exaggerating. I don't think that's really his best man. But you know what I'm saying? But they're
that
good
is
friends.
his guy, though.
But they are good fucking friends. So, how much control are you really showing me? So, how comfortable do I feel going out and getting a coach like that, even though I think it would be great because he's a great coach?
I disagree with you because I think he already had a coach like that in Green Bay.
Who?
What's his name? Not McCarthy.
LaFleur?
LaFleur. He wasn't a pushover coach like Saleh.
I don't think he is either.
Nah, he's
I think he was cemented in his principles as he was just being the head coach.
But he's also not in Green Bay anymore, and he also kind of wanted to leave.
I mean, I agree, but at the same time, I don't think it was because of Aaron. Yeah, I don't think that was because of Aaron. They were also trying to push him.
So
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm saying that Aaron Rodgers knows how to behave in a system like that.
Tom Brady was coached by Bill Belichick his entire career, right? But we all know what type of coach Bill Belichick was.
Or was Tom Brady coached by Bill Belichick?
Then he went to the Buccaneers and he went to Bruce Arians. And Bruce Arians was
another good coach, though.
A good coach with X's and O's, but Bruce Arians was kind of like Tom Brady could do what the fuck he wanted to do.
But that's the reason that he had success under Bruce and he didn't under Todd Bowles.
It's true.
Todd Bowles is another good coach that we had.
No, I like Todd Bowles.
He was the first defense that we put together recently that was nice.
That I think that he didn't get a fair shake at it because
the Jets were the Jets.
Because the Jets were the Jets.
But yeah, so that's my.
He was like the Sam Darnold era, Robbie Anderson era.
He was.
Yeah, he
Quincy Enunwa.
I thought it was that Dolphins coach.
I liked Enunwa too, man.
I liked Enunwa. He like broke his neck or something like that.
I was a fan of Enunwa.
I liked Bilal Powell for you guys too.
I liked him too.
I loved Bilal Powell.
Bilal Powell was 29. He was nasty, bro.
I fucked with
my boy was nasty, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. The last team, the Jets. All right, I don't want to dive into this because we haven't hit a lot of this.
It's been a Jets episode.
But the last Jets team I fell in love with was Fitzpatrick, Brandon Marshall.
Oh, of course. We were just talking about that. That team was beautiful.
On the IR, they had Devin Smith, but he was also like that. Everybody was waiting for him to come back the whole time, and then he never did. And then
Matt Forte was that running back at that time?
Chris Ivory. And then Matt Forte came slowly after.
That's the one that beat the shit out of his wife, no?
Chill.
Something like that, maybe.
Well.
No, I might be
What a beautiful segue. Speaking of beating the shit out of somebody, no one expected the Carolina Panthers to beat the Las Vegas Raiders, as you mentioned.
Andy Dalton.
If we're talking about the next question that I wanted to ask you guys, who surprised you the most? Andy Dalton surprised me the most this week, man.
So the Carolina Panthers, the team as a team, surprised you the most?
I'm gonna say Andy Dalton specifically.
Yeah, I would say that because
300 passing yards and 3 touchdowns from the man. Everybody and their mother expected Carolina to go on into this game and be like, okay, it's not Bryce Young's fault that they're ass. They're just ass.
I think the franchise was hoping that happened.
Including myself. I said I don't think anybody in the Panthers. Excuse me, I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't think anybody expected anyone in the Panthers to get past Max Crosby on this D line and make any motion at all. And I think that Andy Dalton made enough veteran moves off the cadence to make that happen. Bro.
I was surprised going into Sunday. I was surprised. Obviously, that Carolina won.
Right.
But I'm not. but I wasn't necessarily like taken back that they played well though.
Yeah.
Because it's the Raiders?
No.
No, because you gotta understand how like you've been in a locker room, bro.
Of course.
You understand what I'm saying? When people are talking to you about it, because if they're not blaming Bryce Young, then who are they blaming?
Mm-hmm.
The organization.
They're blaming every other skilled player that's on the fucking field.
For sure.
So if I'm a wide receiver, you talking shit? What?
No, I think
Adam Thielen stretching out. When's the last time you seen Adam Thielen do one of these?
Yeah, but now he's hurt.
Exactly my point.
He gave that win all he got.
That's what
that little catch in between those two defenders down the middle, he was like,
that's exactly what I'm talking about. You ain't seen him do that,
IR,
but they was talking shit. Oh, I guess I ain't shit no more. Wait, hold on.
Right.
Now
You know what? Low key, Andy Dalton probably felt that way himself.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You got to like
because he was that man on the Bengals.
That's what teams are. So that's why I wasn't like surprised that they played well. Now I'm surprised that they won. I'm surprised that they held Devontae Adams to whatever they held him to and all that shit like that.
J.C. Horn is nice.
So
word. No, not for nothing. He is nice.
Like back to what you were saying. I'm not surprised that they. I thought it would be a close game. I'm not surprised that they played well because. On paper, they're not a terrible team, Deontay Johnson's nice.
He's supposed to be nice.
Yeah.
Adam Thielen was
nice.
low key one of the best receivers in the NFL. Not too long ago.
Very consistent receiver.
Yeah, they drafted Xavier Legalet or however the fuck you say his name.
The motherfucker that was like, I ain't never really had a job for real.
Yeah.
I ain't never really had a job for real.
He said, "Nah, I used to be a horse rider." No, bro,
Chuba's
that
nice.
guy, I have him drafted in another league, and the name of my team is I ain't never really had a job for real. It's one long word. I ain't never really had a job for real.
That's fire,
bro. Because but you know what? Talk about in that game specifically. If we're talking about Xavier Leggett. Talk about yards after the catch.
The yak?
The yak. He's looking more like the yak king than
Deontay's
himself.
looking like Deontay.
Continue. Because I don't want to cut
that's
you
all
off.
I got right now.
That's all you had? Because I want to ask you, because obviously as being a guest, we all, and obviously being a football fan, we've all got different players that we love. I don't know if I want to ask you your top 5 receivers.
You could. I got it easy.
You got it easy? You got it off the rip? Off the door?
He's been thinking about this. Inquisitive.
Give it to me.
Going through the first 3 weeks or just in
No. I'm talking about of all time, your top 5 receivers.
Oh, of all time.
Oh, you're talking about GOATs. I'm
talking about his opinion. Best you've ever seen. What favorite? What
that I ever seen? I'm the best receiver I've ever seen is Calvin Johnson. That's the best receiver I've ever seen.
He's pretty much on every.
Right. I'll give Randy Moss number 2. Based off statistics. In this order. I'll give you an order. Based off statistics, I'm going to say Jerry Rice 3.
But see, now you're giving me statistics.
What else you going to base it off?
I've got Andre Johnson in my top 5.
That's a fair, but I don't have him on my top 5.
But you don't understand what I'm saying? Because
but if you want me to say people that I've seen in general,
I'm talking about you as a football fan.
As a football, what I watch.
You watch football every fucking Sunday, every
Monday,
every Thursday.
If you're not talking about what you watch.
For 32 years of your life?
Okay. Well, I don't remember watching it as a baby, so
we'll
say
we'll
say 25. Okay.
So for 25 years of your life, you understand what I'm saying? And
easy. All
right, you already had your 2.
Calvin, Randy.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Jerry Rice.
3 would be people that I've seen. He said Julio. Right.
Ooh, come on, bro. I also have Julio on my 5. Go ahead.
Yeah, he does.
That I've seen. Devontae will be 4 for me.
Not mad at that.
And bias.
Do your thing.
You're gonna say Odell?
Giants Odell.
In his prime, that motherfucker.
I actually was
nice.
a big fan of Andre, but I would probably have him over Odell as well. But I don't know if I would put them both in the top 5.
Larry Fitz isn't on there, bro.
AB.
Actually, let me read.
You've got Larry Fitz. You've got Terrell Owens. You've got.
No. All right.
You going crazy right now with this list.
My boy was like
top
5.
It would still be Calvin and Randy, and then it would probably be AB, and then it'd be Julio.
Antonio Brown was a fucking animal.
No,
too,
I actually nice. Prime Julio was probably
nasty.
It's just Calvin was something I'd never seen before.
Megatron
was
no one
was
has
amazing.
straight aura.
You know what's funny?
But Larry Fitz was a problem, bro.
Here's my thing, right?
He dropped nothing.
You want to hear a funny conversation?
I still would have Devontae over him.
He dropped nothing, and he'd go up and get it.
I would still have Devontae. I'll probably put Devontae at 5th, AB at 3, Julio at 4.
The only thing I disagree with you is
I'm a big time Devontae fan.
I definitely have to put Prime.
Devontae Adams has one arm that's a lot bigger than the other. Have you seen?
No, I was actually going to talk about that. I'm so glad you brought that up. So
he's catching everything.
I watched the interview. Did you watch that interview?
Yes.
So
clips of it.
He broke his one arm twice in 5th grade and once in the 8th grade.
Yeah,
so
3 times.
One of his arms only goes up like that.
The other one he can't.
And he's still like that. And so it was an interview with Shannon Sharp.
It's just like
he is like that. But he said, "Yo, if my one arm was fully extensive, he would have had another 15K on his receiving number."
100%.
Yeah. I was actually a big fan of Homeboy that was in Slantman in New Orleans, and then he fell off. Michael Thomas.
MT.
I was a big fan of Michael Thomas.
He was like that in his prime.
He was like that in his prime.
Yeah, but it's hard to do it without Drew.
But then
you've also got like this.
But then you've also got like Terrell Owens that you don't talk about. I'm not judging your top 5.
He is nice. And you
know
what?
was a fucking problem.
The only person.
Yeah, but I didn't see like. I saw fucking basically Eagles Terrell Owens. So he's good, but how old is he?
That's what I watched.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all acting like you guys aren't damn near the same age. What, you're 35?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you,
I'm
bro?
32.
Come on, bro. Y'all right there. Y'all watch the same people.
We saw T.O.
We saw T.O., but
we saw T.O. everywhere.
I could say Chad Johnson, too. I love Chad.
Come on, Ocho.
But I don't think that they were better than A.B. Julio or Megatron.
Let me ask you this, because I've brought this up.
And I still think Devontae had a stretch where he was outscoring everybody, out-catching everybody, out-receiving everybody.
How about D-Hop on the Texans?
I thought D-Hop on Arizona was better.
Why? Because he caught, like, what? The Hail Marys from Kyler Murray?
I don't know. I just liked him.
Yo, that Deshaun Watson D-Hop connection on the Texans was
D-Hop is never going to be, like, a top. I don't think
top 5 I've watched.
Maybe like during
top
the time
5 I've watched.
But not all time.
Top 5 I've watched in any order.
Okay.
Megatron, Julio, AB. I'm putting D-Hop on that list because D-Hop is one of the best receivers I've ever seen in my own eyes.
He got a crazy wide receiver build. God. Yeah.
Tyreek.
Randy Moss isn't on there.
I didn't watch a lot.
He didn't really
of
watch
Randy
too much, and then when the Randy Moss he watched was torching the Jets. That's what got him.
That too.
And I watched every fucking. I watched that nigga
Tom
go
Brady
down the fucking middle and just scoop that bitch out of midair in stride like a fucking gazelle, bro.
Down the middle, right? Oof,
yeah,
I love that one.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
It was
a really nice catch.
That was on Revis too, no?
I think so.
Yeah.
It was a really nice catch.
That's nasty, bro.
You just wanted us to relive.
No. I don't. He brought it up.
Fine.
He brought it up. The Jets fan brought it up.
I'm very realistic, bro. I understand. You know what I mean.
I think as far as, but that my list is basically sheer off of I. If I had to go like, I think AB, Prime AB was special.
He was.
He was.
Big Ben AB.
Call God AB.
Yeah. I mean, he was.
Lego haircut AB.
But I had to ask.
Stupid.
I had to ask because we were talking about.
Honestly, if I'm not gonna look, if I'm being real with you, we're recording this on a Tuesday, right? By this time that this is gonna be posted, probably like Friday, Saturday type. Everybody already knows what the fuck happened last week. So I'd rather talk about what you think of as a fan for real instead of repeating all of the stuff that they've heard for a minute. That's just me being honest.
Hey, we here.
But if we're talking about what happened last week, if we have to, it seems like there's a lot of shit that needs to be talked right now. A lot of stuff that needs to be spoke. So I think we should just hop right into the fantasy, right?
Okay.
If that's cool with everybody else. So I'm gonna start recording my screen so the people can follow along with exactly what we got going on before we start.
I'm actually this is the first league I did where top 8 make playoffs, so I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah. Give it, make it more interesting. You feel me?
No, for sure. A lot more upsets could possibly happen. You can't. That bye, you don't got that safety of that first week bye.
Yeah. So I'm gonna count to 3 right here. 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna dive right into this fantasy. I don't know if you want to take a look with me. I don't know if you're a little. Oh, you're okay. Okay, my bad.
Semi prepared.
We're prepared. So. We're going to jump into, as I said, right, and as David so happily pointed out for the people early, I'm 0-3 right now. It's
really Laporta Potty.
It's really
Laporta
Potty with like 5.6 or 6.5, something like that. He gets carted off the field. I don't get any chance, but as I said, I am slowly progressing in points as the weeks go by. It started with 60.
You can only go up from 60.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's nothing to brag
with 60,
about.
then I got to 94. I hit 123. I would have beat a lot of people this week.
You would have.
I would have beat a lot of people.
That's fantasy.
Given I didn't start Amari Cooper this week, and he put up 27, I believe.
Do you win with him?
No, because those first two. That's why I didn't start him week 3. All right, you want to talk about it? We're gonna talk about it right now. So I didn't start him. Let's go to his numbers really quick. I'm gonna click on them as we're going.
I think he's hurt now too, right?
He did kind of get hurt in the last little seconds of that last game. I clicked on the wrong person real quick. Let me go to him. Okay, so Amari Cooper.
And your quarterback got back soreness.
Come on, bro. I'm having the worst luck honestly possible.
It's
but
not luck.
We're going against Petey this week, man.
Look, man. Let me. So look, week 1. I'm gonna put it to you like this. Week 1, he gets 3.6. Okay, started him. Week 2, he puts up 4.1. Started him. All right, week 3, I'm not gonna start this guy.
For sure.
You feel me? Like at the end of the day, that's just repetitively like incoherent. You're not following what's going on.
Fool me 3 times.
He puts up 27.6 week 3 when I put him on the bench.
Yeah.
My biggest mistake, I feel personally, if we're gonna get into that before anything else, I didn't start Quentin Johnson. I didn't realize exactly.
He's the number 1 guy over there.
He's supposed to be now. He's looking like the number 1 guy over there, and I didn't start him, and that's that. But I'm not.
That doesn't change much for you.
No, because
and he kind of got saved by the 1 touchdown catch. He had
at the end, game. Right?
No, it was actually their first touchdown of the game, I believe. But he only got 2 catches.
But you know what? He's putting up flex numbers, and that's way more than I probably expected him, especially into this season, going into a run-heavy head coach.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, so I picked him up off the waiver like pretty early, and I'm trying to see what happens with that. But I lost to Kelvin, 144.28 to 123.58. His highest scoring players, Chuba Hubbard, talking about the Panthers, at 27.9. Aaron Jones had another crazy game at 25.8, and Chris Olave had 20.6.
And he had Amon put up 20.5.
Yeah, they're going stupid right now. And then my head scores were Jonathan Taylor, 26.5, finally woke up. Brock Purdy had 25.78. And someone I'm really excited about, Buffalo, Khalil Shakir, with 19.2. He's looking like the found wide receiver number 1 in Buffalo right now.
They give him a lot of dump balls. He does a lot of special things.
He does a lot of comeback routes, cut routes. Like he's coming back to the quarterback a lot, but he's getting those numbers. They're tallying up. At the end of the day, it's him and Keon Coleman. I feel like are really the ones that are exploding on this offense right now.
I thought they would use
Dawson Knox.
Dawson Knox. Even Dalton Kincaid a little bit more. I thought they would use Curtis Samuel a lot, but
I thought so too, especially because he wasn't coming off a bad year in Washington either. But
he wasn't. He's you know what? He's not a good receiver. He's a good football player. Curtis Samuel. He's like a lesser Debo.
Hold on a second. Can you say that one more time? Because I don't think a lot of people know.
He's not a good receiver, but he's a good football player.
What does that mean to you?
You put the ball in his hands, and he'll do special things for you.
But he's not a registered one-trick pony type of guy.
He's not out routing nobody. He's not gonna give you a fade route, and you're confidently throwing that shit up to him.
Yeah.
But I might give him a screen and live with the results.
And you know what? There's a lot of players like that. If we're talking about fantasy-wise, as far as like, let's say a Debo Samuel, let's say, right? Where he was out, and I start Brandon Ayuk because I think that Debo's out, so Brandon Ayuk is going to have a good week. And it was the Jawan Jennings show this week. I think he ended up with 46?
Yeah, he killed it.
That's crazy.
It looked like Ayuk didn't think he was gonna get no money, and he didn't do not shit. No, he thought they wasn't gonna pay him. He was just gonna hold out because that motherfucker looks
lost,
terrible.
Yeah, bro, it's really a shame.
It's really bad. Like the I can't believe him. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay,
because I wouldn't have gave him 30 mil. He got his nice little 30, and he had no shit. He said, "Fuck it, I'm paid."
He's acting like he still doesn't want to be there on the low.
He wanted to go to Washington. Him and Jaden Daniel boys. He wanted to go over there.
Smith is out. I'm sorry, I'm over here.
No. Because we're here having banter, and he's making schematic moves on this off time.
Did you see the hit or no?
He got ripped.
No, I didn't.
He got ripped.
He got ripped.
Oh,
And he went limp.
God.
Like he got hit from the back. He
hit a
Oh,
two
he's
up,
not
bro.
playing.
No, he hit a
Petey,
two.
what are you gonna do?
Oh, you play
It's only a concussion.
There's no Devontae. What are you gonna do?
I'm not gonna hold you. I saw that hit in slow motion, and it looked like a scene from a movie when a bully starts hitting a kid, like, and didn't his helmet come off?
His helmet came off.
Yo,
Everything. He got ruled
that
out.
was crazy.
Yeah, he got ruled out almost instantly. I thought he was gonna be okay because they showed like a clip of him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm okay." They said, "Fuck it, you got concussion."
Well, I hope the best for Devontae Smith,
Yeah.
but
all the best.
in lieu of playing Petey, though,
I don't think he plays.
I think that he should sit out to make sure that his health is
Nah, they gotta buy.
Yeah, you're worried about his health. The fuck out of here,
They gotta
bro.
buy next week too. So I don't think he
stupid.
plays to give him the extra week of rest because they got. Buy next week.
See, I just
So he
think
couldn't
that's
start him anyway.
Yeah, so you know.
All right, I guess. Well, I guess you got a lot on your chest, so we're gonna fly through these and get to yours real quick. We got Joe Foreign beat Help Me Step Burrow. They're roommates, actually. These people playing each other. Beat 149 to 107.
Yeah, Joe Foreign looks fucking.
He's looking
He's
nasty,
got
right?
two fucking rookie wide receivers giving him like 20 points a fucking
It's
week
true.
each.
He just.
Getting 40 points out of him every week. You
Look,
crazy?
Malik Neighbors 28.2.
What a strat.
Marvin.
I might draft all rookie.
That's not going to
wide
happen
receivers
again.
next year.
You're not going to get two rookies that go so crazy all at once at the same time
I don't
like
know.
that again. When was the last time you saw that before this? Puka and who
Jalen
else?
Waddle and Jamar Chase. Stop it.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was. What was that? 2019?
3 years ago. I believe 3 years ago.
Okay, 2022. That's not that far away, actually. So, all right, you know what you're talking about. I think you watch Miami a little more heavily than most.
I do.
I gotta say.
I'm a big fan of Tyreek, so I watch a lot of my. Actually, I'll send you a picture. I go to my boy's house.
Yo.
He got 10 TVs. We watch every game. I watch every game.
Oh, that's sick. So it said fuck a red zone.
Fuck Red Zone. Nah, we got.
I'm doing this on my own.
He pays for the YouTube shit, and we watch all 10 games.
Is somebody I know or no?
Yeah, John. He can't play football with us.
Oh, okay, John. Okay, Ambry.
Ambry.
Shout out to John, bro.
Shout out to John. Yeah.
That's the guy, man.
It's heaven for me every Sunday.
That's what's up. So on top of that, look. So his highest scores were Malik Neighbors 28.2. Then Dallas Goedert had a wild game.
Yeah, like what the
27
fuck
points.
is that?
Yo,
He's been Yo, I'm telling you.
and you know what? That goes to what we were saying about the tight end market is crazy because
Yeah.
if you had said to anybody Dallas Goedert was gonna have a 27-point game come week one, you'd be like, "Yo, you're nuts, bro."
No, but I did think that
it
Dallas
benefited.
Goedert was
It
gonna
has
have a
to
good
do.
year, though.
I
Yeah,
think
no.
it. No, but it has to do.
benefited from
AJ
AJ
Brown
being
was.
gone.
AJ
Yeah,
Brown
yeah,
was
yeah.
hurt.
They were losing.
You know, they were losing.
They threw a lot.
You know, I think
Jalen-
the volume that's distributed has to go to someone else. You know
For
what I mean?
sure.
So it has to go somewhere else. And then James Cook with a surprising game,
Nah, not
18
surprising.
point. You're a
It
fan?
shouldn't be surprising.
You like James Cook like
Nah,
that?
he just had 3 touchdowns. Only 1 touchdown is like.
All right, I guess. And then on the other side of the ball, you had Charbonnet, highest scorer on Brandon's team with 25.7. Joe Burrow finally woke up, even though they lost. There was no defense going on in that game also. If I could just point that out really quick. 25.36. And Ferguson, the tight end, with 15.5 points coming off of the game in Dallas.
He had an okay week. It's just tough.
We
sometimes.
didn't talk about the Washington-Cincinnati game at all, but could I just say, you know, I one of the first things I said when we were going into the season, one of the most exciting rookies I think I was prepared to talk about is Jaden Daniels,
Gawks
bro.
Tigers.
They are looking insane in Washington.
Insane is crazy.
Well, look,
insane is crazy.
I could say this. I wouldn't call it insane. I'm super excited for the future of Jaden Daniels.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the future.
And I could also say I have no idea where Cincinnati's going to go into the rest of the season because they give a fight to really good teams and then they lose to Washington and then they lose to New England.
They start off slow every year. I think they'll pick it up. They probably make the playoffs barely, but it's looking rough. That defense looks bad.
It's the first game in recorded history with 0 punts and 0 interceptions.
Yeah, no, Joe Burrow looked fucking stupendous.
Yeah. I think that it wasn't. I wouldn't say that Joe Burrow did look stupendous, but I think it was because he had to answer every time. It was kind of like
and you got to remember,
Commanders were swinging and they were coming back with it. They had to keep up with the Commanders.
Evan McPherson missed a field goal.
Yeah.
Doesn't bring the game that close, but it definitely sways it. Washington had an easier field position.
Yeah.
So much of shit, but they couldn't stop Washington at all, man. It's hard to stop. That motherfucker just runs around, man.
He does, bro. Like Lamar rookie year.
I just hope it's not the second coming of RG.
Chill. Don't even say that, bro.
Nah, I hope so. Because the way he don't even be sliding. He just be doing dumb shit.
No, he was sliding last night.
It was an awkward slide. They got to teach him how to slide.
Well, he's learning because he said it in like that he's not used to, like he's not comfortable doing it. But it was good to start seeing him.
No, yeah. He needs to get comfortable because this ain't college.
And on top of that, he's a skinny guy, bro.
He is skinny.
He get rocked real quick, lights out. I don't even want to think about that. I'm not gonna wish that upon nobody.
I don't.
But it's a realistic thing, especially when you're a younger guy playing against grown adults.
I'm a fan. I love Jaden.
What do you have to say, bro? You have a little grin, twinkle in your eye. What's going on, bro?
Do you trust who?
Do you trust the Titans' defense against Miami?
If Huntley plays, no.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That's such a good analysis. If I'm being honest with you, I think Tyler Huntley's a bum.
I trust Dolphins against the Titans because Will Levis just likes to turn over the ball.
Or the Browns' defense against the Raiders.
You're digging in a ticket.
Oh, you're
right
digging
now.
into your own team.
Yeah.
I'll give you advice.
I thought you were just being a little frisky with the question.
It's not advice. I just want an opinion. Because
I'll help you out. I think Myles Garrett don't play this week. They got him. He's questionable. So that should help you out. How comfortable do you feel in the Browns without Myles Garrett?
This is the type of person that OB is. He comes on a sports show and gives his own sports advice to the people who own the sports show.
I asked for an opinion.
And here he is.
And he asked for an opinion. It's a newfound friendship. I'm gonna help him out. Hey, first of all, man, I'm confident in my my fantasy abilities. I don't mind helping nobody out. They don't affect my outcome.
I'm over here talking about a defense. I'm not talking about any specific trade.
Sure. No, I'm just on. There's nothing wrong with that either. I'm just listen. I like to
collusion.
Yeah. All right. So as you guys can dig into that, let me dig into this a little bit. You got Caillou taking his second W against Campo down the Cub, 132-109. Derrick Henry having a monster game against Dallas with 30.4 points. Rashee Rice being Rashee Rice with 29.1. Stephon Diggs with a higher game than usual with 19.92. On the other side of the ball, you got Dak Prescott putting up a whopping 29.86. The Green Bay defense with 23 points going absolutely insane. And then Alvin Kamara still producing enough with 15.7 to.
He's a PPR machine, yeah.
He is, man. As far as statistically, like a good running back to always.
I got a question for you guys. Cause somebody asked me this today.
Let's hear it.
Who's the steal of the draft so far?
Steal of the draft?
Rashee Rice.
That would be mine. I think Chris Godwin is.
Yeah, Chris Godwin's going absolutely crazy. But as far as you're talking about a person,
because I think
people knew that Chris Godwin is supposed to be a wide receiver number one.
Yeah, but I think Rashee Rice went 4th, 5th. I think Godwin went like 6th.
He was supposed to, but people also knew that Rashee Rice was also dealing with all that, he was speeding, whatever.
Yeah, but before fantasy drafts come out, they said that he wasn't going to get suspended.
But the Rashee Rice thing kind of sticks out to me more because especially when they went out and for them getting Worthy and all that shit like that.
Fair.
I figured that,
I think Worthy is just to help Mahomes out. Just have the motherfucker.
No, for sure, but
if I were to give you another argument, I don't mean to cut anybody off, but to be honest, also Zach Moss,
J.K. Dobbins.
Nobody. Even though that they're a run-heavy offense, nobody expected either of those running backs.
I actually drafted J.K. and Zach Moss in one of my leagues.
Oh, so you're lit.
Yeah, but I got fucking Kenneth Walker who has a dominant issue every single fucking year.
It's rough to have him right now, bro. To be honest, man, it's really hard I feel like anybody in that position to kind of feel like they're confident with.
Yeah, running back is a hard position to be confident. That's why I think your strat of 2 running backs might be the move.
Yeah, man.
But not for you.
I've got fucking
the running backs right now. My running backs are the only thing, even keeping my teams competent in teams right now. That's why I kind of need to do a full rebuild because my tight ends died on me and my receivers are very inconsistent.
Did you go
Najee?
No,
did you go? Actually, I seen your video. You were gonna go either Kelsey or Laporta, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you went Laporta.
I usually the thing that I did was I think if I'm not mistaken, I went tight end 4th because third. No,
I was before you. Don't play me.
It's ingrained in your memory. My bad.
Yeah.
So, but I had those back-to-backs in that late into the early next one. So I get what you're saying. So I went tight end first because someone had just picked up Kelsey. So I think I panicked and I went for a tight end. But like you said, the tight end market is really rough this year. So even all the big names aren't really getting that volume that they were expected to. And you get a Dallas Goedert with 27. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I think that I went early on a position that I think most people understandably thought was going to be a slim market.
For sure.
And it didn't end up the way
that I
thought.
It's pretty wide, low key.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers is okay.
Brock Bowers is pretty consistent. It's not a explosion of numbers, but it's always more than 10.
Kyle Pitts is alright. He's doing alright.
People expected Kyle Pitts to be.
Yeah, I expected Kyle Pitts to be.
I need Kirkio to be better.
Speaking of tight ends,
I've never trusted Kirkio. I
love Kirkio. Got
a
set of nuts on him.
I like him.
Kirkio got a set of nuts on him, yo.
I like Kirkio, but I just don't trust him.
Okay, that's fair.
There's nothing wrong with
It's like
that.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, right? It's a fair analogy. He's a better Ryan Fitz.
I used to love.
He's definitely better than Ryan Fitz.
Oh,
But something about
Ryan
Fitz
Fitz
magic
was nice though.
When Fitz magic
Come
started
on,
going,
bro.
It's the beard.
He was jumping head down into the goal line, and his helmet would come off. He'd jump into the Jets end zone like.
I will say he didn't give a fuck about his life.
Yeah, when
he
Fitz
didn't.
magic,
And he went to Harvard.
Yeah,
Come on, bro. You would have thought he was smarter than that, but he wasn't. He was a dog.
He was too smart for his own good. That's his problem.
He was too smart. Yeah, he said if I land this way, they can't hurt me.
Yeah.
So he would just jump in different set ways. He had that whole shit
I
calculated.
used to love Ryan Fitzpatrick. His beard would hang out the helmet.
Yeah.
Then he went to Tampa and was dogging him.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. He was
he
rocking the
always
glasses. Come
He
on,
always
bro.
started hot. He always
He
started.
played on so
good.
many teams. Every team he went to was successful for that piece of time,
That's what I'm
though.
saying.
Especially when after Tampa Bay, he went to Miami.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
nice in
Miami.
Miami.
But
He was ass in Buffalo though, no?
Yeah.
He was actually.
he wasn't
that
very
was
good
his
at Buffalo.
last. That was his last.
too
glimpse
cold.
of something.
It's
Too
too
cold
cold.
over
Too
there.
cold. He went to
Yeah,
Texas
yeah.
and was ass too. Actually, he was on the Texans.
He's been everywhere.
I forgot about him being on the Texans.
He was
Damn, Fitz.
everywhere. Ryan Fitzpatrick was everywhere, bro. He was like another. What was that other quarterback that we had for the longest? Oh, what was his name, bro?
Oh, I know. Josh McCown.
Josh McCown. He was another Josh McCown, bro.
Stay in the league.
Stay in the league, yo. He was the backup.
Josh McCown always had a fresh haircut though. So
He
every
did,
time
yo.
he
It
took
was
his
always
hair
clean
it is
with the
the-
comb
yo,
over, with the
the
line,
comb
motherfucker, right here.
Yo,
Come on, bro.
the inside of his helmet had the dent already, so that shit
Yeah.
didn't fuck up.
Yo,
his haircut,
the inside of his helmet had a swoosh in it.
They had to take
That
certain
fit.
padding out. Like, let me get this shit.
He said, yo, he was
He's
going there
definitely
with
gonna
like
be.
a.
He's definitely gonna
That's
be like an
funny.
assistant at some point in time.
I think he is. I think he's a quarterback
Yeah,
coach
somebody-
somewhere.
yeah,
I want to
not
look
by
that up
now.
really quick.
I'm pretty
I
sure he's
wanna
a
look that
quarterback
up.
coach somewhere.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm gonna look that up really quick, and the people are gonna see me looking up really quick. What is he doing right now? He's a football coach.
Yep. There it is.
He's a quarterback coach. I
For the
He's a
Tampa Bay.
quarterback coach for the Vikings.
Look at that.
believe. Look at that.
Look at that.
He put his.
Look at that.
Can I tell you this? Hold up.
Look
Can
at
I tell you
that.
this?
So he's the reason Sam
No,
Darnold.
I was gonna say. Yo,
You
he
want to
put-
stay in the league?
No, he put his arm. He put his arm over Sam Darnold. He's like, look, the Jets, huh? I've been there.
I've been
I've
there.
been there.
Come on.
Don't worry, they did
Walk
it.
Let me
me.
show you what they do outside of New York.
Walk with me, talk
Yeah,
with
yeah.
me.
He was like, first off, there's not enough gel in your hair. You're gonna have to put a little bit.
Yeah, you're
more.
gonna have to Sammy D. Listen.
Yo, they've been all right, and I want to say this real quick. They've been sucking Sammy D everywhere. Oh my
you
God,
know what? He deserves
he's
it.
younger than Baker Mayfield.
He's younger than
He's
Joe
this,
Burrow.
this, and that. He has more passing yards than this guy. Yo, and he deserves it.
I have
He
been
deserves
fucking
it.
praising my boy Sammy D, man. When he came out of USC, I was excited for Sam Darnold.
You
I
can't
thought-
look. Hold on.
I
Hold
thought-
on. You can't be excited. His first NFL pass was a pick six in Detroit.
I said in the draft.
Jet show again.
I said in the draft. I said in the draft.
In the
I
draft, he was
excited-
exciting. He was.
I was excited for Sam Darnold.
yeah,
I thought that
I
I thought
wanted
we
to-
had gotten, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
The guy.
the guy.
I didn't think so.
I didn't necessarily. I didn't
knew
know
he
if
threw
it was
hella
gonna,
picks in USC.
I didn't know if
I
he was
thought
gonna.
he
I
did.
didn't know if he was gonna be the guy. But in my mind, I was like, we're gonna be able to
Be
compete.
competent, yeah.
Exactly. We're gonna be able to compete. You know.
Yeah.
And then, who do we have? Adam fucking Gase.
Yeah.
Adam Gase, terrible.
Couldn't
That's
stand that guy.
You
terrible.
shitting me, bro?
That's the worst coach we've had in the last like 6 years. Easy.
Yeah, easy.
And what skill players did we have at the time?
Robbie Anderson.
Ugh.
Keep going.
Now known as Chosen.
He had a good year with y'all. I hated Robbie Anderson because
He has like the highest undrafted receiving yards in his first year or something like that. He holds the record.
all I'm
He
saying-
was
so-
doing bare
so-
minimum, not bare minimum. That's fucked up. He was doing shit and asking for Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Fucking win the game.
Yeah.
But Sammy
Facts.
D, and this is with the conversation that me and him were having on the phone earlier,
Right.
which you can definitely, obviously, it'll be very interesting to get your take on it. There's a problem, I think, that we've got in the NFL with throwing some of these young quarterbacks into these situations and then calling them bums or saying that they don't have the tools or whatever. But then you go off and they'll go to an organization that has a history of winning, that has a history of, developing players and stuff like that. And you see them excel later on. Geno Smith. Who else we got?
Sam Darnold,
obviously. There's another one. Baker Mayfield, where Baker Mayfield was drafted to the fucking Browns. Yeah. Right? Sammy D to the Jets at that time, even whatever
Zach
it is.
Wilson.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have the
not that he's something great right now, but I'm saying
the verdict is out on Zach Wilson, but it's even looking like Justin Fields now, right?
I still think he looked better in Chicago.
You think so?
He does right now, yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, you think that he looks better?
He's winning though. He's winning.
The team is winning.
The team is winning. But maybe that's not as strong as the other three.
I still think they win with Russell. I
think they would win too. My
Russell won't last though.
No, I still think they win with Russell. The system is good. They're playing hard football. You're not gonna score. We're gonna kick field goals. We're gonna take sure points. The defense is amazing. So it has been. I think Justin Fields, talent-wise, looked better in Chicago, but Justin Fields is one of them guys. I think Chicago gave up on him too fast.
So I want to ask a question that everybody's been asking about Sam Darnold while I bring up his stats. Last game he was against the Texans, not a pushover team.
Oh, that's another thing. Vikings have done it against arguably a top 5 team in the NFC and in the AFC.
This week that just passed, he threw a 98-yard touchdown, 97-yard touchdown, something like that in the end zone, right? 17 for 28, 181 yards, 4 touchdowns, right? Okay, given.
The defense turned the ball over, so he didn't have to go down the field.
Everybody's been wanting to ask this question. I feel like I haven't heard it myself personally anywhere. Is it that he's nice, or does he have the best receiver in football?
A little bit of both.
Is he in the perfect organization?
He's been dropping dots.
He has been. Because I wanted to say that because people say that, but he's been putting it in.
He's been putting it in.
But wait a second, before we digress. So this is.
I think it's the coach though.
This was my question.
Oh yes, look, forgive me. This
was my question. So like with a situation like with Bryce Young, right? The question is Bryce Young a bad quarterback?
No.
Or is he just in a bad situation?
Yes.
Can we see Bryce Young in a different team, maybe like Miami?
I would like to see him in Miami.
Or I don't know, think of another, whatever the case may be, right? Just a different team with better organization.
Cleveland.
Do we look at him and say that he has the potential to be like a Sam Darnold, or name any of these quarterbacks that have succeeded outside of the original team that drafted him?
I think. And you winced when I said Cleveland, but, if you're talking about teams that have skill players that potentially also have someone that was up for Coach of the Year, like the Browns did last year, I think that's a team
Kevin Satan,
his last name is super hard for me to say, too.
Stefanski.
Yeah, Stefanski.
He's good. And the Browns, I winced because the Browns has always been the Browns.
Yeah.
So, I think he's not in a great situation.
Yeah.
They brought him in with high expectations, so it's always harder for him. I think he could go elsewhere, like you said, Miami. I could even go into like somewhere where he could learn behind. Even going to the Jets and somewhere he could learn behind.
So let me ask you this, Obi. So, do you think that it would be beneficial for teams, right, to almost when they draft certain players, or what was it that we said? I forget what episode it was. It had to be like maybe it was a few episodes ago, and it was almost like a red shirt kind of thing.
Like Jordan Love,
and whoever, and like let's
who
say
sits behind someone else to wait until them to blossom.
You can draft like the higher, like if you take a quarterback in boom, like it could be in their clause in their contract that they need to be sat for a year or two. Do you think that that's something that would be beneficial for the league? Do you think that in turn we would see more quarterback drafts, like prospects, actually turn into something?
We'd see less flops for sure.
You'd see less quarterbacks though. Quarterback wouldn't be taken high no more if you're gonna hold them behind people. They would want to get somebody that could play now. Because it's going to be a dumpster fire. Do you want the number 1 pick every single year? That's.
I don't think that would make sense though, because and not to cut you off, but I feel like there are going to be instances where you have flops at quarterback. So if you have to keep starting this guy that wasn't who you thought he was going to be, and then you have to wait, you get a good guy and he has to sit just because that's what the league is saying behind this bum. There's always going to be like, you know, even what the Steelers are saying, yo, this is our best chance to win.
So it doesn't have to be mandatory. What if it's just like a clause? Like something that the team
but then that
we'll draft you, but you won't start for the first
something
years.
that they have to agree with. Like if you're the number 1 pick, you know you're the number 1 pick.
Yeah,
that's not a secret to anybody.
Yeah,
it's not a secret to the team that's drafting you. It's not a secret to you. So when you come for this meeting that you've got to do before we draft you,
just know you're not gonna start.
Just know, hey, we decided that we want to put this clause behind that we want to sit. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't want to be drafted by us, then tell us.
Yeah.
Let your management know, and we'll.
And I'm sure it is that way in certain places. Like
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so at all. I don't think so at all.
They don't let anybody know they're not going to start?
No, I don't think you draft a number 1 overall and be like, hey.
Not a number 1.
You
I'm not saying a number 1.
Chicago should have kept Justin Fields.
They should have.
They should have kept Justin Fields, drafted Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done.
But you don't expect Caleb to learn out of Justin. That's the issue.
Yeah, Justin.
But that's what you have coaching for, though, no? That's what you have coaching for. You guys make millions.
Hypothetically.
That's what you have training for.
Yeah.
Like.
But you see, your logic would take away from the greatness that we have seen from like a C.J. Stroud, a Joe Burrow,
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Josh Allen, people that came in and kind of started.
Well, Josh Allen was a bum.
Yeah, he was kind of.
His rookie year, he was equivalent to Sam Darnold. His rookie year.
He took off.
He did take off. No, 100%. No,
but
he's not that anymore.
But the organization did what? They stayed with him. They, you know what I'm saying?
But they started him still.
Because there's another thing, because you're gonna because now I can go into like a Trevor Lawrence, for instance. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence is supposed to be good as hell. Yeah. He hasn't lost. He never lost in high school. Undefeated in high school. Undefeated in college. Whatever the hell, maybe.
So was Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But Kyler Murray's looking way better than Trevor fucking Lawrence.
I never thought I like Trevor.
And I've never been. I'm high on Kyler Murray.
I've been high on Kyler. I wanted Kyler the year that he came out. I wanted to trade. Yeah.
I was high on Trevor, so look at that.
No, as you should be. Trevor looks like he was basically the second coming of Andrew Luck. He just had prototypical
Daniel
body.
Jones, him and Daniel Jones' numbers are equivalent right now.
Yeah. That's why. That's the only
reason.
You can
look that up.
Yeah, that's the only reason. That's the only reason I like Daniel Jones' contract. Because it's a steal.
Trevor Lawrence is getting like 50-something million.
Yeah, Daniel Jones actually, I'm not sure because of the game yesterday, but he leads all NFC East quarterbacks in PFF score.
Yeah, he does.
And he's actually been super accurate, super careful with the ball. I believe he got like 4 or 5 touchdowns. Did he have a pick game 1?
The fucking music changed on us.
Did it? It changed?
Yeah. Your headphones in. Yeah, we've been on.
Does it sound crazy?
No. It's just like it's at the ending part right now. That's
okay. That means we've been talking for a little minute.
Yeah, we've been talking for a little.
No. Look. This is exactly what we're here for, bro. Yeah. We got to try and get all the content that we can, but as true to the topic as we could get, I feel like, and I don't remember if Daniel Jones has a pick in week 1 or not.
I think he does, but anything. I know that his stats are better than Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts gets no fucking slack for how terrible he's been playing.
Yeah, he's been playing horrible. And you know what? If we're talking about
and he shouldn't get any slack.
You think so?
What the fuck slack should Jalen Hurts get? We should give him slack for playing like shit. You're supposed to.
Oh no, I agree.
I'm not giving you any slack for that.
No, but he's been off the hook. They haven't really been on his. If Daniel played. He's been getting criticized a little bit, but if Daniel played as bad as Jalen Hurts, New York's asking for his fucking head.
Well, New York is a whole market in itself that demands more.
Philly's a whole market in itself.
It is, but Philly is ruthless in itself, but I think that New York is more widespread as far as whatever. But
has more widespread ruthlessness.
Yeah. And Daniel came in with a shorter leash.
Yeah,
that too. He was supposed to be. He kind of looked like Eli. Feel me? They expect a lot out of email.
Because he looked like Eli. Oh, I was going to say.
He had that dumbass face. Respect to Eli Manning.
The dumb face wins championships.
I want to say one more thing, and then we can honestly just get into the rest of what's going on in last week's fantasy, and then just grind through this, because obviously it looks like it's going to be a longer episode. But I wanted to say this. As far as organization, no, I'm glad you are, because
I'm enjoying myself.
It's not a lot of times that you can.
You guys are great.
Are you guys still drinking?
I gotta make this post route. So whether you bite or you don't bite on my move, I'm still running the post route. I'm not switching it to a fade just because you bit right.
You're right.
I can't speak for basketball, but I can speak about football when I say, like, the way that I think about football is, like, the play is the play. So, like, you know what you're going to do, and then if not, then you scramble. Versus, like, basketball is so moving pieces. It is, but there's more moving pieces relative to the play in basketball.
I just think that in basketball it's more like there can be a play, but the play can also be broken up because this guy decided that he wanted to shoot a three from however out, because he's got the green light or whatever the case may be. So I think that's probably where that difference is. Where in football, everybody has to. It's like a machine. Everybody has to be at their spot.
It is a machine
for it to work.
Too.
Yeah.
I don't have to cut as hard as I would in basketball because I gotta beat like a little hole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might drive into the paint and get past like 4 guys.
Yeah.
Versus like, if you let's say you run like a post, you might run into whoever's the mic and the safety if you get that deep.
Yeah.
Versus, if you're running against the 2, the 3, and the 4 getting past you because you're trying to drive in the lane that way. I don't know. That's just.
It might also be responsive.
Fucking Schwarber and Vientos, thank God, yo. Sorry.
Okay.
You would have never knew that name.
Let's go back to fantasy.
Yeah. So let me.
Are we gonna do baseball?
I don't love baseball.
I don't love baseball.
Yo, let me tell you something, man. So, baseball was the first sport I ever played.
Me too.
Right? Being fucking Dominican.
Me too.
That's what my mother thought I should do, right?
Yeah.
So, and I was pretty damn good at it too. Got injured, didn't play again. Right.
Were you injured?
I actually injured. It was before a game. It was nothing that I couldn't play again. It was just we ended up losing the like a playoff game, and I just lost my love for it. My mom didn't really give a fuck if for her she was like, all right, I'm saving money. I'm going to baseball no more. Like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? But I actually ended up like splitting my like eyebrow. I still have the scar there.
Oh, me too.
Like, so
flag football.
Yeah. So
yeah, I also split my eyebrow right here playing basketball.
So I ended up stopped playing. But recently, I say that to say this. Recently, with the show and like talking, having PD on PD because PD's big on baseball and shit like that, and then like even like betting baseball more and shit like that. Like I'm starting to like
get
rekindle.
Yeah, starting to love baseball again.
Old flame.
It's good for you.
You know what I mean? And it's like catch myself watching games.
I can't watch baseball. You know what
I'm saying? Like I catch myself and like different teams. Like ask me right now if who I think is gonna win the World Series. I think it's gonna be the Arizona Diamondbacks.
I mean,
I like the Brewers.
And a lot of people say I don't think the
Brewers. That's a sleeper.
The Brewers are nice though. The Brewers are fucking nice. But I'm thinking like the Diamondbacks, the Padres are really fucking nice.
The Mets have been playing absolutely insane lately. They're not gonna win anything, but I think that as far as the end of the regular season,
because the Braves suck.
I think the Mets have been playing fantastic baseball as of lately, and I'm not a Mets fan at all.
So, first sport I ever played was baseball. I was a big baseball fan.
What position you played?
Center field.
Okay, got that arm.
I actually only threw one person out. Best day of my life. That's like the best feeling. Throwing somebody out from center field, best feeling in the world.
Nah,
I played catcher.
I also played catcher.
So,
but
the best feeling in the world is tagging somebody out at home.
Playing it made me fall out of love with the game. But you know how many games you're playing center field and the ball barely get hit to you? Nobody hitting that shit dead center.
Well, listen, when I started off, you always start off on the outfield.
Catcher, you're in the mix always.
Yeah, that's why I love being a catcher.
Yeah.
And and it sucks because I was only a catcher because I really wanted to be a pitcher. Because I had a strong arm, but I wasn't
throwing somebody out like a second, bro.
I don't want to say I wasn't accurate. It's because pitching is a lot different.
Yeah.
Having command of an actual pitch to make it hit is fucking way fucking different.
It's your decision.
Than me just fucking launching some shit to fucking second place. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a wider fucking.
It was play control. Like
whatever.
You had the decision to do what you
shortstop
want.
can catch it up here.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to be a pitcher because I had the arm, which is why I started off in the outfield, at right field. Because right field you have to have probably a stronger arm than right field, center, or left. Because it's the furthest distance, like home plate and shit like that. So anyway, regardless, yeah. So I loved baseball, and I fell out of it because I didn't play, and I didn't have, my mom never. I went to baseball camps and all that shit, nigga. I was in.
Yo, shout out to your moms.
Shout out to your mom.
That's what I'm saying. She was doing it, and I'm sure that when I said I didn't want to play no more, she was like, "Yo, thank God, yo, because these kids are expensive."
You know what's crazy?
You know what I'm saying? Because mommy was doing it.
Yo,
mommy was doing it though.
Yeah, she was taking it.
She was looking. She was probably sad.
Mommy was doing it.
I don't
know. She didn't seem sad.
A little bit.
I don't know. I mean, you know what she did?
She was like, "Oh no."
She did have my little trophies up.
Come on, bro. Look, man. You want to hear my baseball story? It's my baseball story. So baseball was also my first sport that I played, and the same thing as everybody else. My dad actually at one point was the coach, so he was like really behind me trying to figure. Yeah. And I was catcher because my dad knew I had fast reflexes.
Yeah.
But I feel like yes, you need a good arm. But it doesn't need to be super accurate if the people on base are like in that vicinity kind of, and they can make. I'm not to say that you shouldn't be.
I think if somebody steals base, the shortstop you're throwing to one spot.
Talking about more so about like an exciting thing to do in sports. Tagging somebody out at home was like do or die, like your will over their will type shit.
Did you ever get lit up?
Lit up one time, and the only reason. All right, so this is
drop
funny.
The ball.
I did drop the ball. I dropped the ball, but I was also like 11 years old. But look, this is what's going on, right? So then that year that I was super nice, and I was actually doing my thing at catcher, we won the chip. But in my head as a kid, the reason I wanted to stop playing is like, yo, this catcher uniform is hot, bro. Taking that equipment on and off at the
Florida playing fucking catcher.
Okay, what do you want, a sticker, bro? Yo, that shit was hot, man. Yo, New Jersey in July is no joke, bro.
That and third.
You stopped playing too, right? Oh, okay.
I wish I still played.
Why don't we all just
let's get back to fitness.
Listen, man.
I want to play in a fucking softball league so bad.
You probably smack them.
Look, can I say it like this? Let me just say it like this. Let me say it like this because I do want to get back into this fantasy.
I actually right now my eye on my right hand side left. I go to batting cage. I could probably hit like 60 left hand and right hand.
I don't even know. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know what I could hit.
I'm not gonna shout nobody out. There's a place in Paramus.
I've been there.
Oh,
I've been there.
Yeah, bro.
Something wingers, some dub wingers.
It's humdingers.
Humdingers.
I've been to fucking humdingers. They got a batting cage in there.
Yeah,
hell yeah, and they
go up to like 75. 80
yeah, bro.
I'm not hitting save. Give me 30.
You don't think so?
Oh,
I don't know. I haven't hit I'm saying I haven't even swung.
No, I'm not gonna hold you. That shit hurt.
It hurts.
That shit hurt. But I was even hitting 75.
Yeah,
I was in there.
I hit 75 both. 75 both ways. Right
Yo,
and left.
Like I just fucking
went to my boy, switch it.
Like I just went to Top Golf and swung a golf club
for the first time.
You
was Happy Gilmore in that shit.
Yo, I tell you right now, I was launching them bitches.
Top Golf is so fun.
Hell yeah, I haven't been in a minute.
Launching it. I'm like, this is.
What's up?
Once I got the switch.
Cody's Corner hits Top Golf.
Yeah, Cody's Corner needs to get sponsored.
Cody's Corner hits Top Golf.
Somebody out.
I'll be. Yo, we've been there.
What? But anyway, so
look, I want to jump back into this because to be honest, everybody else's fantasy week so far kind of really wasn't that exciting. I thought the game of the week, and you know what? Let me start this again real quick, just because I want the people to see what I'm talking about real quick. However, let me jump in this.
So we went through Joe.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, we went through Joe Foreign and we went through Caillou and Can't Put Down a Cup. Yeah. So. Noel and Petey, I thought was going to be the game of the week, and AA Ron against Not Like Us, and it was 77-88. Petey won. Really ugly game from both sides of the ball. So I'm not going to get into that too much. One of the highest scores on AA Ron's team was Brian Thomas Jr. with 9.8. Wasn't Tajay Spears at 10.1. Pat Mahomes at 16.38. Really a low-scoring game. I was pretty wrong about that. But yeah, Jetta's not really doing too crazy.
Jetta's is doing amazing.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Jamar Chase had a game too.
I'm sorry. So I was looking at the next row, but to be honest, I think that what you're saying is true. We had this conversation off camera, but I think that you had the win of the week. You won 109.2 to 108.02. Saquon Barkley with 33.6, Terry McLaurin with 20, and Drake London with 18.7 to lead your team. Let's hear about it. I want to hear what you thought. I'm going to pull up your team real quick.
So, one of the most hilarious things. Actually, I think his name is Ron.
Ronnie, yeah.
He hit me up and told me I was lucky, because I was. Cause,
he ducked you on the side?
He hit me in the side and said, "You got lucky, huh?" And you know what? Luck might be luck sometimes. I won off the Terry McLaurin last drive touchdown. So
that's insane.
Sick. And there was a point where I was up by 0.18. So I know...
It's a heartbreaker,
that's a
bro.
Painful one.
That's one of those, like, if Ronnie's watching that last game, like... you know?
100% you think you got it in the bag.
Yeah.
It's 4 minutes left. There's no reason for Washington to score. They just got to run out the clock. And he throws a heave to Terry McLaurin for the TD, and I win.
Yeah.
I didn't even think I was winning. I thought I had no chance. Because fucking Josh Allen bent my ass over.
On the other side of the ball from you also got to think, like, you know, he's playing against the Raiders defense, who ended up having -4.
Yeah, killed me.
So if they had evened out to 0, he would have been straight.
Yeah, would have been straight.
It's a sad one, but you know what? A win's a win.
I had Raiders.
No, my bad. I misspoke then. That's what I meant. But, like, it's a lot more comfort zone versus, like, anything else you had to deal with in the end of the week, I guess that's what I mean.
Complete disappointment, like, wow.
Yeah, so.
Watching that game. -4 against Carolina is dumpster fire.
You advanced to 2-1. And then, you know, Bijan Mustard just decided to beat up on what is 0-3 from 106 to 0.98 to 83.28. David had Lamar Jackson with 25.9 points, Zach Moss with a 20.7, and DK Metcalf with another 20.4. I feel like a lot of people expected less from DK Metcalf this season, even though he's wide receiver 1. He was coming off of what was supposed to be a hand injury, and he looks like he's been doing his thing. So
DK's a problem.
He's really a problem. Yeah, he is, man. And then on the other side of the ball, you got Kyron Williams whopping up 31.6. Second highest scored Buffalo's defense, going absolutely crazy with 14 points this week, and George Pickens, a little more active in that offense with 10.7. So with that being said, I think that we are all really excited about what's going on next week. So we can fly into this real quick as I switch the screen. We're just gonna run through the. Ooh, it just turned off. Wait, hold up. The camera just turned off. I think it might have just died.
Oh shit.
So I gotta plug it in. Look, I don't know what you guys want to do. We could also keep going on just the audio. If you guys got to get out of here, that's up to you, bro.
Yeah, we could finish up week 4 real quick on fantasy, and then we can get out. I'm okay with that. You? Also, before you say anything, I need you to pick against me, because I'm 2-0 when you pick against me.
So. Oh, so is that the statistic?
Anybody Laporta body picks wins. Don't win, loses.
I'm cool with that. So I'm going to do this because at least if there's no camera, now we have a recorded screen so they can at least watch what we're saying
100%.
if we're not on camera. So we're going to keep talking on camera. I'm just going to go in the order that's on my list. So right now we got 0-3 playing against 0-3. You got me against Albert Mendez. I could pull this up. I don't know if you guys...
I'm on.
You're on here. All right,
I've
cool.
got fantasy right in front of me.
So... I got Brock Purdy with a Q, JT, Etienne, Ayuk. I don't know what I'm going to do with Ayuk. I hope to God he picks up that little volume. I'm starting Quentin Johnson this week. I've learned my lesson. It looks like he's that guy so far as far as their passing game.
Look into that, because if Herbert don't play, I probably wouldn't start him.
I mean, yeah, obviously, because he has that ankle sprain that he's dealing with as well. So I think that also would be a good thing to figure out. Khalil Shakir, I have no doubt in, but Sam Laporta at tight end is really something I'm trying to figure out. Fingers crossed, you can see it on the screen. I have something pending on the waiver. I'm kind of hoping is going to be like my saving grace before I make a complete move. And then a lot of my bench is hurt. You got Amari Cooper with a Q, Jalen Warren with a Q, Keelan Allen with a Q. That's how you feel?
Manage.
It's hard, bro. It's not as easy. It's not as easy said than done. But on the other side of the ball, I don't really like the matchups on this side. CJ Stroud against Jacksonville seems like cake, but Chicago's defense against Kyron Williams might be something a little bit to worry about. You got George Pickens in Indiana. Looks like they're giving up a lot of a score. To be honest, I think my matchups look harder than
I think so.
Than Albert's. When you're looking at who's who, you got Isaiah Likely and Buffalo on his side, which might not be that easy, but it depends on who I start on tight end. But he has Cowboys defense against the Giants. I don't really know too much about how that's going to go. If the Giants decided that they wanted to wake up against a good defense in Cleveland, is that going to change anything when it comes to Dallas?
Dallas got our number. I wouldn't bank on that.
I don't know, man. It's hard. But since he has A.J. Brown out, and he also has Evan Ingram with a Q, it's close. But I think that if I'm being as real as I can, I think Albert wins this game, bro.
Unfortunately, I think so too. Only because Ayuk probably got Christian Gonzalez on him, right?
Yeah.
Quentin Johnson's more than likely playing without Herbie.
And then
I don't think Laporta plays.
Khalil Shakir should be fine.
I think Purdy should be fine.
Travis 18 against Houston should be fine.
Actually, Taylor against Pitt has been looking all right.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, Pitt's rushing defense hasn't been too enticing though.
Nah, I don't. It hasn't. We don't know how.
It's hard, bro.
It's
hard. You know how hard it is to pick against myself when I'm 0-3. I'm just trying to be as honest with the people as I can.
You might need to pick against yourself.
I think I need to, maybe for the bad juju that you're talking about. Let me flip the script on myself. Fuck it. When Petey used to be here, I used to say I was gonna plead the fifth, but I don't think I can. I gotta be as honest with the people as possible. I'm gonna move on to the next one on my screen. Is my neck hurts. Anthony Maldonado against Joe Foreign, 2-2-1 teams, but Caillou's projected 10 points less than Joe. You got Breece Hall against Denver, should be easy. James Cook against Baltimore might be a little more rough. Marvin Harrison Jr., it doesn't look like Washington's stopping anybody's offense, so it might be a good game for Arizona. Malik Neighbors, it's his first rookie game against this rivalry. Maybe he explodes. Dallas Goedert's coming off a good week. Jamison Williams against Seahawks, I'm not really too curious or doubtful about that at all. He'll probably have a whatever game. And then on the other side of the ball, Jalen Hurts, hopefully if he wakes up against Tampa Bay's just coming off a loss against Denver. Maybe their egos hurt a little bit. Maybe they turned the Jets up a little bit.
Maybe.
Derrick Henry just had an explosive game in Dallas, going against a harder defense in Buffalo, though. But they're coming off, obviously they don't have Milano, their middle linebacker. Makes a big difference for a running back that likes to go right down the middle. Who can fill in that gap? Can they stop that move? Devin Singletary, again, Giants against the Dallas rivalry. That's what's going on. I never believe in Devin Singletary, period.
He's been balling, man.
He's been balling, but
for fantasy.
He's not for fantasy, but he's never really someone I would ever say I can rely on, if I'm being as honest with you as possible. Tyreek Hill, you have no idea what's going on in the QB situation, and especially if it's Tyler Huntley at quarterback,
just give him the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a Sam Darnold, Justin Jefferson situation, if so be. You got Rashee Rice against the Chargers, who I don't think... he's already been very explosive fantasy-wise. I wouldn't expect him to have anything less. We were talking about Kyle Pitts before in the tight ends market, how difficult that can be. And Stephon Diggs in Jacksonville, I think, is a recipe for disaster for Jacksonville. If I'm being as honest with you as possible...
I think Joey.
I also... I'm not going to lie to you.
I think
Joey. I think matchup-wise, yeah. And Joey's numbers have been absolutely wild. He's... one of the first people that told me I drafted a tight end way too early. So the fact he is Dallas Goedert doing the numbers that he has right now, I have no doubt that.
Wait, it's probably gonna be Dallas Goedert without Devontae or AJ Brown.
Yeah, so then he becomes basically wide receiver number 1 or 2 on that offense, because unless anyone else replaces that volume, which I don't think they were. I know that Caillou also has David Montgomery sitting pretty, so hopefully that goes well good. But at the end of the day, I think I also got Joey.
What you think?
Do you have any input on that?
Joey.
Yeah.
I mean,
his team looks amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
not gonna lie to you.
Joey, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of like the obvious pick, right?
I think it'll be a closer matchup than we think, but
I don't know. I've been watching this. It's Joey and who's the other fucker that I feel like is putting up a ridiculous amount of points every fucking week.
Is it can't put down the cup?
It's just Joey.
Is it? No, I think it might be can't put down the cup.
Yeah, I think so. We could take a look at Alex's team real quick.
It is.
Can't put down the cup. Been putting up freaking... They lost this
He
past
played
week.
Joey. I'm pretty sure he played Joey last week.
No, this last week he paid my neck hurts.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's actually only 1-2.
But he does put up stupid amount of numbers.
But puts up crazy ass numbers.
There's some people, myself, that just put up good numbers on a certain week, and I just don't get the fortune to turn the tide.
That's the shit that's fucking scaring me, bro. That's fucking.
You're gonna lose eventually, and we're gonna.
Everybody loses eventually.
I need it. Please, let's balance out the playing field before we fall off in one direction or another. Let's get into Brandon Barge against Aaron and Noel Grave. You're talking 113.5 against 118.8. Joe Burrow against Carolina looks like it should be a really good game, but no one can tell out of the Bengals this time around. You got James Conner against Washington, would probably be a good game. Zach Charbonnet against Detroit could be whatever. Mike Evans against Philly might show it to be some sort of an issue, while Nico Collins in Jacksonville certainly shouldn't. I think Jake Ferguson gets shut down by the Giants' defense, honestly, and I think DJ Moore has a field day against the Rams. So I think that one's going to be pretty good. Jaden Daniels has been looking like an absolute monster, so hopefully in Arizona he can turn that around at 4:05 p.m. You got Kenneth Walker with a Q against Detroit. I don't know if he's going to switch that.
He practiced Friday, and he ran on Thursday, but I don't think he plays.
I think that they start Charbonnet. He has Carson Steele at running back for Kansas City. I think that's a good move on him. And then Justin Jefferson, I feel like in Green Bay, that's an in-division game. He probably goes absolutely crazy. T. Higgins, I don't really ever think that T. Higgins is going to have a good anything, if I'm being real with you.
T. Higgins is nice, yeah.
He's nice. Like, I think that's like similar to what we were saying before. He's a good athlete, but not a good receiver.
I disagree with that completely.
Do you really?
I think T. Higgins helped Jamar more than Jamar helps T. Higgins. Because T. Higgins
to disrupt the focus.
T. Higgins actually thrived when Jamar was out for those couple games last year, and it was hard for Jamar because Jamar was getting double teamed. You can't double team Jamar with T. Higgins. T. Higgins just don't run routes like Jamar runs routes. So, and then Jamar got that LSU connection with Joey.
And it's at Carolina, and then he's playing against Carolina.
They might. This is a might. I'm not gonna put him down on anything.
Okay.
They might come to Carolina and torch them because their backs are against the wall right now. They looking bad. You can't lose to Carolina.
I'm gonna say it like this, just matchup wise. I think if Kenneth Walker plays, I think Noel wins this game. Aaron wins this game. If Kenneth Walker plays, if Kenneth Walker doesn't play, I think that's gonna be the deciding factor.
For sure. If Kenneth Walker plays, it actually helps me because he got Zach.
Okay, I see what you're saying. And then he has to restructure that whole thing.
He has to restructure, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So, what do you think, David?
My fault, man. I'm ordering food right now.
No. Do you think?
Who is this guy, bro? Like, we're not podcasting
I'm sorry. I'm very hungry, and I'm just trying to order food.
Okay, can you keep your eyes on the prize for a second?
I'm trying to order food so I can just pick it up, go home, eat, and then go to sleep. Because I have to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Not like you who can roll out of bed and then go to work 2 feet away from your fucking... in your room.
Shout out to all the people that work from home.
Sorry. I apologize. If you got an
I forgive you.
You know,
you should negotiate.
You had an hour and 45 of me of. I was here.
All right, let's go.
For sure. All right, let's run through this. It's probably my fault.
What did you get to eat?
Nothing. You wanna know what I had today? I had a fucking McDouble.
You just ordered.
Oh, Chinese.
Oh yeah.
Like I said.
That's what I was asking you.
Oh.
Alright. So what's next?
I'm getting hangry.
I was hangry. I was about to say a little cranky.
I'm sorry. I'm getting hangry. I apologize.
All right. So.
Who's next?
We got Campo down the cup against Ben Dover. Projected basically exactly the same. Dak Prescott against the Giants might be a little problem. Where Josh Allen against Baltimore might be a little bit easier. You got Jahmyr Gibbs against the Seahawks. I'm not too worried about. But you got Josh Jacobs against Minnesota. I'm kind of waiting for the game that Josh Jacobs kind of like really explodes the way that I feel like a lot of people were expecting him to.
He might need Jordan.
So far he had 12, 13, and 5. So I'm assuming against Minnesota, I hope he gets back in the 10s. If not, Alex might have a problem. David Njoku with a Q. But Tyler Conklin looking like he's slowly going to be something of a problem against Denver. Jordan Mason has been going absolutely crazy. At the end of the day, I like Ben Dover's odds more. I like Ronnie's odds a little bit more. Like you said, Chris Godwin should be something crazy going forward.
He should be.
Jerome Ford against Las Vegas could be a problem.
CD looks frustrated too.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yelling on the sideline. There's not that chemistry built the same way between Giants.
They might torch the Giants. As a Giants fan, I'm saying Dak might force feed him, and I think he cooks everybody on our secondary. The Giants' defensive line don't rip them. I think we're in for a long night with them too.
Yeah. Like you said, J.K. Dobbins going crazy, but he's against Kansas City.
I have J.K. Dobbins in one league. We're going to have to wait for Jay Herbo to come back. I'm not 100% confident in him without Jay Herbo.
A running back, you think so?
You can stack the box.
Well, yeah, because if you know that,
You know
their game plan now.
Yeah, you don't give a fuck about Easton Stick throwing the ball. You want Easton Stick throwing the ball.
Didn't Easton Stick kind of surprise some people last year? Was that last year that he had to let up?
I still can't stand that's that guy's name, bro. His name is Easton Stick, like he's a baseball bat. But another person that has a big question mark, what is Garrett Wilson going to do in Denver? He's probably going to be against, what's his name, Certain?
Don't disrespect him.
No disrespect. He's the best corner.
Don't disrespect him.
He's the best corner in the game right now.
Him and Sauce.
However, now you got
1A and 1B because they don't throw the sauce.
All right. Well, obviously Garrett can never.
They threw to Calvin Ridley.
Garrett can never
they
play
were
against
putting
Sauce.
Calvin Ridley.
They threw to Calvin Ridley.
You saw what they were doing, though.
San Fran threw all
You
over
saw what
them,
they were doing.
San Fran had you guys at will. I know you watched that San Fran game and you had reminiscent.
At will is crazy.
Bro, they scored on 8 straight drives.
It's because their offensive line
8 straight drives?
I disagree with they did us crazy.
Their offensive line was.
Yeah, stopped them to start the game and didn't stop them again for the rest of the game.
What's the team that we're on?
Oh, we're on Jordan Mason on the 49ers
Jesus
defense
Christ,
on
Obi.
Ronnie's team. Yeah.
Obi, you gotta chill.
No, bro, I'm just saying.
Had to break it back real
quick.
I think that I got Ronnie. What do you think?
Yeah, I like Ronnie. I don't think Njoku plays.
Yeah, it's kind of looking like
losing Cup. Fucked.
He had to put down the Cup.
He put it down.
He had to put down the Cup for sure. That's his team name.
You know what? Jordan Mason might be the steal of the draft.
I'm not mad at that at all. And you know what? Just watching TV, he runs fucking hard,
yeah, he
dude.
Does.
He's like the way they memed out Pacheco last season. Like, that's a running back that runs hard as hell. So, I definitely am not mad at that. The next one we got David against Petey, like he said, coming up. We got Pat Mahomes against the Chargers. Rashad White hasn't been too productive against Philly, and Ramondre Stevenson looked like he went to sleep. Jamar Chase against Carolina is a pretty good matchup, but Devontae Smith is with a Q. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Is Travis Kelce going to wake up? Jaden Reed against Minnesota is a divisional game. Let's see what happens with Jordan Love.
I like Dave. Dave has a great week this week, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Lamar Jackson against Buffalo is definitely hard.
That's the one that's a little.
Nah, I think that game's gonna be high scoring.
No, I mean I hope so because I know that obviously.
Yeah.
The position that the Ravens are in, they can't afford to
lose again.
Exactly.
New Orleans is looking
especially
hot.
Not to the Bills. They need to show us something.
100%.
Right? What's this guy has to get off line? Has to get off IG Live. Who was the one that was recording on IG Live?
What are you talking about?
They were on the jet and I forget.
From Baltimore?
I think it was Marcus Peterson. And they were on IG Live, and Lamar Jackson was like, "You need to get off IG Live and get right."
Oh yeah.
Right.
I saw that.
Worried about this other
Humphreys.
shit. There you go.
Humphreys. He needs to get right.
Yeah. No,
that's what I'm saying. He's like, you need to get off IG Live, nigga, and get right.
You seen the fan? The fan told him that you care more about your podcast than you do playing corner for them.
No, I didn't see that. But
that shit had me rolling.
I feel like I saw a clip of it. I didn't see the whole thing though. That's funny as hell. So, before we get too far off topic, I feel like everybody and their mother has a team playing against the Panthers because anybody against the Panthers looks like it's going to be kind of wild.
Unless you're the Raiders.
Mike Gesicki I guess the Bengals are playing the Panthers come this week, and it's going to be kind of hard. So
yeah, that was a little. I started Gesicki over Schultz. Schultz hasn't.
Jacksonville has been horrible though.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't know.
CJ Stroud had one bad game against Minnesota.
Carolina's is shit. It's essentially right.
Correct.
Even though whatever the case may be, whatever. But and it looks like Cincinnati is starting to get him involved.
Yeah.
A little bit more, because Gesicki's not a bad tight end.
He's not
at all.
So. And I don't know, and went over and Dalton Schultz, just like something that you mentioned a couple episodes ago. It's a lot of mouths to feed.
It is.
It's a lot of mouths to feed, and Dalton Schultz isn't somebody who's never really the focal point
at all
of that offense. Anyway, even
he's
before,
the number one tight end.
He's the number one tight end, but even before Stephon Diggs got there, and all that, like
all those receivers,
he was he's a consistent type of guy, but not somebody who's really going to. So I can see Gesicki getting into the end zone.
I'll take Dalton Schultz off your hands.
I offered you Schultz, did I not?
Yeah, you did.
You gotta wait on Laporta, but do what you want.
It's hard. My other tight end is Taysom Hill, but we'll cross that bridge.
Yeah, that's crazy. You drafted him.
Yeah, but the problem with Taysom Hill is
you were
like
happy about that. Too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you were.
I was. Hell yeah, I
You
was.
fucking Taysom Hill.
Like,
but the thing is that
I can use it.
Look, wait.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Look, Derek, you're gonna tell me you rely on Derek Carr's health?
More so than I rely on Taysom Hill on tight end.
Okay, well, if Derek Carr goes down,
they're starting Spencer Rattler over Taysom Hill too.
But they would get more experimental with Taysom Hill if the other quarterback was around.
They'll make him
That's what they do with their offense.
You're gonna bank on the option play.
I'm trying to bank. I thought I had Sam Laporta. I thought it was fine.
Live. I've got Dalton Schultz and Najee Harris for you.
Oof, for what?
Live.
For who?
Right now. What do you mean? I'm telling you who I got. I need to trade proposal.
Let's get through this. We got one more game. Who do you got? You or Petey? Who do you got?
Fucking me.
All right, fine.
I'm projected to win, and that's what I'm gonna do.
You're projected to win by 4. That's
I'm taking the points.
All right, I'm not mad at it.
I'm taking the points.
I'm not mad at it. Petey doesn't look like he's gonna have good matchups at all. Dolphins defense against Tennessee.
The only thing
they
I'm
like
worried
to throw
about.
it. Ramondre Stevenson, wake up.
The only thing I'm worried about is this is why I sat Michael Pittman, because he's going against Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So I already know that they're gonna fucking play. You know what I'm saying? So and I don't have that much trust. Exactly. I don't have, and I said this before. You were high on Anthony Richardson. I'm like, hell
yeah, I was. As was the world.
I'm like, as was the world. And then he had that one throw, and everybody's like, oh shit, it's the second coming. And it was a crazy ass throw. I think it was like 70 yards in the air, some
69,
wild shit, some crazy shit like
69
that. But either way, I knew this guy wasn't gonna be shit, and it's fucking with Michael Pittman.
He's still gonna be relevant. I hope you don't give up on him week 3.
He failed me last week. Like, he couldn't even run in a 1-yard scramble to the end zone. That shit was pathetic. You're 6 something.
Yeah, he
you
is
should be able to fall in 1 yard.
He's Cam Newton.
So I'm starting Najee Harris in that flex where I would want Michael Pittman at.
And Najee Harris has a Q himself.
Exactly. So it may come down to Darnell Mooney, because he's showing me over there. He's showing Kirkio that he can be trusted.
It's against New Orleans.
And you know what happens when Kirkio starts feeling like he can trust you?
Yeah. He'll let it rip.
He'll start looking to that side all fucking day long.
All right, well,
Kirkio don't turn that head for shit.
I got you also.
You got me also?
Yeah,
How do you feel?
I think you win strictly off the fact that I don't think Devontae scores. I don't think Devontae plays. I don't think Jordan Love comes back, so that fucks with Jalen Reed.
Exactly.
He can't play DeAndre Swift.
The Bucks and Rashad White look like they're leaning more towards Bucky Irving.
They are leaning a little bit more, but for PPR, Rashad White still got a lot of value. That motherfucker catches like 7 passes every single game. Baker still wants to throw. Baker wants to show he worth every penny.
Najee Harris, Dalton Schultz, and I even got a little Trevor Lawrence if you're really feeling crazy.
Look, without because you're trying to get spicy, I'm trying to get through this shit right now. The last 3 weeks I got Dave. The last 3 weeks for Rashad White, 16, 3, 8.
Yeah, I know.
It's not that crazy.
I know,
but
he's underproducing over there.
You don't need Zach Moss.
But everybody but Chris Godwin kind of did.
Who don't need Zach Moss?
You don't need Zach Moss.
I'm not letting go of Zach Moss.
You don't need
Zach Moss is producing right now. He's clearly the number 1.
All right, if I'm gonna give you what's up, give me Braylon Allen then.
Oh my God, you're the worst negotiator ever.
Look, all right, hold on. Let's talk about it. You want to go through our teams real quick? We got one more team to go through, and this one's.
Give me your whole team. I got Aaron for you. Yeah, because you looking like you just want the Jets.
I don't want the Jets, but I got some.
Let's do the last team real quick. Let's do the last team.
We got Obi against Amon-Ra Dogger and my boy Kelvin. Talking about Anthony Richardson. You got Aaron Rodgers against a defense that just beat the Buccaneers. But you got Saquon Barkley against Tampa Bay looking for a win. Achane against Tennessee. Drake London against New Orleans might be a little concerning, but Terry McLaurin against Arizona might be a little more convincing than most. Dalton Kincaid against Baltimore. I don't think you have anything to worry about in Tony Pollard. And an empty slot for your defense.
I don't know what I'm going to do yet.
You got... But what
Dogger put up 144.
Yeah, he went crazy last
tough.
week.
He got a good team.
He has a good team as well.
Yeah, I don't think Joe Mixon plays, though. I have him, too.
I don't think Joe Mixon plays. Tank Dell also has a Q. George Kittle also has a Q. I got to ask you, why are you so... wrong, not wrong, but why are you so worried about Texans defense against Jacksonville? Jacksonville isn't that good right now.
It's an in-division game. Jacksonville's playing a little tough. Not to say that I won't start it. I just like to weigh my options.
All right.
I weigh my options for now. I got room to fluctuate with.
Well, I gotta tell you, if I'm being honest with you, I like your matchups more. I like your tight ends more.
No, don't start this.
I'm being honest with you.
No.
Oh, I'm not gonna tell anybody a lie. I'm just gonna be as honest with you as possible. I like your matchups more. I like your tight end way more than Hunter Henry on the Patriots. And I think that oh man, this is...
It's gonna be close.
It's gonna be close. I think I got and
I think to me it comes down
it's
to
50-50 and you don't have a defense in your spot right now.
I think it comes down to Aaron and Ant. That's what I think.
I think it's much more likely that Ant gets stopped by Pittsburgh's defense than Aaron Rodgers gets stopped by Denver.
I don't even know if I want to start Aaron.
And who would you start instead, might I ask you?
I can't discuss waiver because it's
classified. All right. I feel you. Tomorrow's the day that a lot of people that made a click right off the weekend hit. So we'll see who has what come Wednesday.
It might be my boy Sammy D.
I mean, yo, honestly, I wouldn't blame you, bro. But
I love him.
I think I got you, bro. I gotta say.
Yeah, I got you too, Obi.
Damn, you can plead the fifth on yours if you feel more comfortable.
I'm gonna always be confident in myself.
There you go.
Motherfuckers can't fuck with me.
Okay.
Nah.
All right.
Nah. I think
you could let your balls hang if you feel like it.
I think Atlanta and New Orleans could either be a fucking 10-10 game or a fucking 30-something game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any in
division.
Yeah, I don't think there's any in between. So I kind of like Drake London to give. If Drake London gives me 12, I'm happy.
That's what I'm thinking about Darnell. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think Terry could give me a good game. I love my running backs. I'm still undecided whether I want to fucking start Dalton Kincaid or Brock Bowers.
Who does they play against Cleveland.
Yeah, so it's definitely something. I got some shit to do.
I think you got the right move with Kincaid in the starting roster, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah. Well, I got to figure out if O'Connell's playing or if Gardner's playing. That's another thing.
All right. Well.
But I would go me as well in a close one. Shout out to Amon Ra.
We'll leave it right there unless you want to go a little tit for tat right now on the fantasy line. Nah. You were so excited before, but then his stomach grumbled a little bit. He was like, we're going to have to get out of here.
No, the spot closes at 10:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so on that note, I'm looking at the camera as if it's on. But we appreciate you guys for listening in for what we think is about to happen. Obi, very much thank you for pulling up on us. I know it's a little late, but
it's all good.
Definitely
I had a
good look.
Phenomenal time.
Good.
All right,
I would come back. If I'm ever welcome back, I will come back every time.
For sure, bro. And then, as always, thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you guys next week. I'll see you.